Hi, hello, welcome everyone. This is the SGI podcast. We are back with episode 19.
Crazy.
You got our hosts, Izzy, Jordan today, and we have a good amount of things to talk about, especially with the big old movie that everyone's talking about for the past couple weeks. But yeah, we'll dive into that. But welcome back to our podcast. I hope everyone's been having a good week.
Staying cool.
It's been freaking hot over here. I think I had to go to Riverside earlier, and it was like 110 degrees.
Hell no.
But it was funny because it was 110 degrees, and it did feel hot for a little bit, but then when I got to where I needed to get to, it was hot, but it felt kind of nice. I don't know how to explain it.
When your body gets acclimated to the temperature, it's hot, but it's like, it's okay.
Like, it felt good. Like, it actually didn't feel too bad, and I was just like, huh. And then I think because you're so close to the mountains and stuff, there's heat, but you still get somewhat of a coolness.
There's like different types of heat. There's like dry heat, then there's the heat where it's like swampy.
I hate those ones.
Humidity heat is the worst, I think.
The dry heat sometimes, I know it's not the best, but I do enjoy the dry heat. Yeah. Especially whenever I go to Vegas. Like, it's hot, but I don't mind it too much.
When it's muggy and you can feel it.
But when you're in Vegas, every single place you go into has air conditioning, so I don't really have to be worrying about being in the sun for too long, especially since most of the hotels connect to each other.
Yeah, so grateful for that.
I know, grateful for that. But yeah, we're back. How have you been? It feels like we haven't talked in a while.
I've been okay, man. Just hanging in there.
Just hanging on there.
Hanging in there, baby. About as best as I can, It's been all right.
Okay, yeah. It's been all right. I finally got a new job, which is kind of exciting. So
sick.
Closer to home. And I don't know. I don't have to carry my ID, but ever since I got it, I was like, I want to feel official. So I want to feel cool. I want to feel cool. So I'm just going to have this on my right here connected to me.
Love that.
And I also like that it could like that too. So
would you want to see my badge?
Exactly. But
that's cool, man. Congrats.
Yeah. But it's exciting. It's exciting new journey. It's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting time being there. It's a little nerve wracking because it's like kind of outside of my comfort zone, but I think that's only because I haven't done the training yet.
Yeah.
So I feel like in any job that I've always done, I've always been like stressed, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that properly. And then once I get the training, I'm like, okay, this makes a little bit more sense because I have like the hands-on stuff.
I think that goes with everybody who's brand new to something, though.
But we're back. Yo. We'll just dive right into it. We want to start off because everyone's talking about it. We're starting off with the rapid fire questions, but pretty much because Christopher Nolan's with his new Odyssey, we decided to ask both of us which one is our favorite, like, after this movie has come out, which one do you think is our favorite, like, Christopher Nolan movie? And let's start off with you, because I already know, but I don't think I don't know which one is like your favorite, because I think you've seen more Christopher Nolan movies than I have.
I've seen all of them, honestly. It's so hard to pick. Like, I love the Batman movies. I think that's probably one of the greatest trilogies.
Except 3.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I still enjoyed it nonetheless.
I think it just took me out, just not being able to understand what Bane was saying half the time.
If I had to pick, honestly, a movie that I would go with Interstellar. I would say that's probably my favorite. I heard
that one's pretty like emotional damage.
Oh yeah, dude, it is an emotional damaging movie, and it's made me cry a few times. When I first saw it, I was like, wow, like
Matt Damon's in it too, huh?
Yeah, he is. He plays a small role in that movie, but like it's still like it's important, the role that he plays.
Okay.
I mean, so is Anne Hathaway.
She's also in it. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then the main character is Matthew McConaughey.
Correct, yeah. Which I think that's Matthew McConaughey's best movie ever.
Is Cillian Murphy in this one?
No.
Because you know how he's in most of the...
Yeah, I know.
He always plays a cameo or plays something in
Not this
movies.
one. Not in Interstellar, no, unfortunately. It's got a pretty stacked cast, though.
I love some Cillian Murphy.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say Interstellar would probably be like my favorite movie by him.
Okay. I think mine was like an easier one to think about. Even though I enjoyed Odyssey, I think I still like Dark Knight.
Yeah, that movie.
I can't get over it because I just rewatched it a couple days ago and I was just like, man, I missed this. Seeing this in the theaters.
I will say,
and being excited about seeing like it all come together.
It would have played out so different had Heath Ledger not passed away.
Yeah,
I think he would have had a more important role in the third.
Oh yeah, I think that's what the rumor was. That it wasn't ever confirmed, but they were saying that he was gonna, if unfortunate situation happened, that he was gonna have a bigger role in the third one. It's like, oh, would have
Yeah.
that would have been crazy to see what they would have done with his
because at the end of the
character
movie,
in the third one.
at the end of the movie they just lock him up, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like, for sure he's got to come back. But yeah,
I know. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger.
yeah, for real.
And even though people always say that's
soon.
like, the people say it's like, well, it's not like your traditional Joker, but I'm like, I think that's what makes it so cool is that he makes it his own Joker, and I enjoy it. It might not be your normal Joker that you see like in the animated series or all the different versions that you've seen, but I think he put a nice twist on it, and then just like how heavy he got into the role because he was doing like his method acting and a lot of the things that he improvised in the movie. It's like just kind of crazy, like just seeing the talent for this person, for Heath Ledger.
I think one of my favorite improvised things that he did in that movie is when he blows up the hospital and he clicks the detonator and it doesn't work. Yeah. And he's like, and he looks around and then it blows up, and I'm like that.
And he has that reaction like, oh. That was a real thing he improvised.
Can you imagine if he blew that scene and they blew up the hospital? They would have had to rebuild it and do it again. No, but that's how you know you're a good actor.
They would have to redo that whole scene if you did if you played it out like that. Which was the fact that it played out like that, and then
legendary.
He just went with it. I think apparently another thing he improvised is when he's the big old mountain of money,
and he jumps down,
jumps down and slides,
and he throws the cash,
and he throws the actual cash at the gentleman that was sitting up there. And apparently that wasn't supposed to happen because I think in a recent interview, I forget what
the dude
was saying. He's like, oh, you know that whole scene where he rolls down the money? That money actually hit me in the face, and I was like a little dazed when he hit that. And he did that was all one take. It wasn't like they reshot, they had to reshoot or anything like that. Nope, it was all one take, and he did that whole thing. I was like, oh wow, that's so the talent of this man. And then my favorite scene will always be from Dark Knight is when it's like, you want to see a magic trick? Then he was like, we don't have time for this. And then the guy Thug comes up to him and then smashes his face into the pencil.
It's gone.
It's good. I love that's probably one of my favorite scenes from the Dark Knight.
It's so great, honestly.
And I think also too another scene. I don't know if it was improvised, but apparently in one of the scenes, because of how like into his character he got, the dinner scene with Rachel. Yeah, and he has a knife to her face.
And he grabs her.
He grabs her. Like she was actually. I think she was actually like terrified. From what that moment, it wasn't like she was acting to be terrified. She was actually terrified. In that
from what I've read and seen, that was the first time she actually saw him in makeup too. So like he was really terrified.
Because I think you can even see it too. Because she's like moving her head, and I bet you it was like that was her sign trying to be like, "Hey, are we gonna cut this?"
Everybody was. Even the guy who plays Alfred, he was shocked too. He was like this is crazy.
Dang. So that was insane. I love that movie. It's just so good. And then just pushing Batman to his limits in that movie was pretty like insane, especially in the end when he has to make the decision between choosing Harvey Dent or Rachel, and then he goes for Rachel, but then it ends up he ends up lying to them, and then he ends up saving Harvey Dent, and then because originally he says, I'm gonna go save Rachel. And then it ends up being Harvey Dent where he ends up going, and then Rachel ends up passing. The explosion goes off.
I always wondered, and every time I watch it, like, did he give him the wrong address on purpose, or did he purposely go to save Dent?
He gave him the two options, the two addresses, and I think all he says is one of them is at here and the other one's at this place or something like that. I think he name drops them.
No, he says she's at. And then he's at.
And he's at, but he pretty much lies to him right there because where he's going, he thinks he's saving Rachel, and then it's a surprise because it ends up being Harvey Dent because even Harvey Dent's like, no, I knew that because he knew that Batman was going to go save Rachel. So then when Batman sees Harvey Dent and Harvey Dent sees him, in a way he kind of learns to like hate him right there because he's like, I thought you were going to save Rachel and you come and save me, and Batman's a little confused too because he's like, I thought I was saving Rachel.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
I'd always wonder, I'm like, did he give him the wrong addresses on purpose, or did he choose to go save Dent instead of her? I don't know.
No, I think he just lied to which one was at which address.
I would say that's the best movie out of all three, though.
Because the thing is, I think Joker, because he knows that he's like has a connection with Rachel, so I'm pretty sure he was like, "Oh, I know he's gonna save Rachel, so let me give him the wrong address and have him save Harvey Dent." So then Harvey Dent gets mad at him because he knows that Batman was gonna save Rachel, and then Batman questions himself because his whole thing was to save Rachel. So it's pretty much like a mind trick to mess with Batman that Joker does to him. And then like the other scene that I think he improv when he's Joker's in the jail cell and he's like sitting on a chair and he goes
starts clapping.
He starts clapping. Apparently that was on improvised too. So
there was a lot of things he did in that movie that made it stand out so well.
And it's just like, yeah, it might have not been your traditional Joker, but I think he killed it as whatever Joker he wanted it to be.
I think I think his Joker will stand out forever amongst any other person that plays as that character because it's so hard to top that, and they've tried.
Jared Leto.
Probably the worst iteration of it.
Unfortunately.
I would have taken the old school TV show version of that.
I love Jared Leto when he was in 30 Seconds Mars, but when he became an actor, I was like, he's been okay.
Yeah. Let down.
But at the same time, they just probably haven't given him the role, like the right role, because I feel like he could stand as his own and be a good actor. Just the roles that he gets are just not there.
I honestly didn't mind him playing in Tron Ares. I actually liked him as the character.
Yeah, that's okay.
I just felt like the story was kind of boo.
Yeah, I was like, it was an okay story. I think the only thing that was, like we've said before, the only thing that was exciting for me is the way it ends.
Yeah.
Because then
his
character gets sent into the grid. What's his name? The villain, I forget.
Yeah, Dillinger's Jr. or whatever. I forget his name.
What was his name? No, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember his name, but the villain in that movie, he ends up getting stuck in the grid, and he's like, I'm gonna work down here, and like it was a cool thing of what it could lead into the next movie, but we'll never know what the story would have happened next.
I think they said that they're no longer going to be doing Tron movies because of how bad that one did.
Yeah, of course. Disney's just been unfortunately losing money here and there, so it's just they have to be very safe on the things that they do now, because like even with Moana came out live action. No one went to go see that. Oh, there's people that went to go see it, of course, but it came out the same week or the week before Odyssey. Yeah. So then a lot more people, of course, went to go see Odyssey over Moana.
Of course. But you know what's crazy? They had the same budget, $250 million. That's crazy.
For
the budget for the entire movie.
For Odyssey?
It was $250.
I think it was $350.
It's $250.
I think it was $350. It was $100, $100K more. Or it might have been $250. I don't know. It was something around there.
But like there's almost the same budget, and it's crazy how like we got one movie that was this way and then one movie that was this way.
Yeah.
Like
wait, so Moana had the same budget as Odyssey? Oh, why did that look so bad though? Like even in the trailer, I saw the trailer and I was just like, this looks not good. And just The Rock, like I enjoy The Rock in some of the roles, but the fact that they got The Rock again to play in the live action, I was like, you could have given it to someone else to be able to shine as Maui's character instead of just being like, you know what, we're gonna get The Rock again. But it's his character. It's like, no, it doesn't have to be his character. And it very much just felt like, which, sometimes we complain whenever they do like remakes or whatever, or when they make a live action, you want it to be like just like the source material. And I feel like when Moana, I feel like from the trailer, I feel like they went too much to the source material. I felt like I was just watching the animated version in live action. Like maybe there's some slight differences that they made in the live action. I don't know. I didn't go see it, but maybe they didn't, and it literally is just a copy paste, just live action. Yeah, it's like I don't mind it connecting back to the source material, but I feel like in some ways you kind of want to change it up a little bit to make it stand out on its own and the purpose for a live action to exist.
They need to stop making live action.
Because
they're just not working out for them.
Just go back to cool animation, all your old Pixar movies, Nemo, Cars. All those movies are very original, and it's just like I feel like we haven't got anything that's like outstanding.
There's no original
except for Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5 was great.
I did see that. Actually, it was good.
It was really good, and I think Pixar, if anything, is the one that should just call the animation for Disney, because I feel like all the Pixar movies I haven't really I don't think they've missed for me. I think I've like enjoyed all the Pixar movies, and then Disney's always been like, there's some good ones and then there's something and it's just like I don't really care about it at all. So
that's all corporate up there though. That's their fault.
Yeah. So well, but yeah. Back to like our question about favorite Nolan movie. I would say Dark Knight is probably still my favorite one to this day.
I think it's the best one out of all three of the Batman movies.
What would you say is your second favorite then?
Ooh, probably Dark Knight.
I think for me, I think Inception.
Okay, that's a good one.
I like Inception. I think Inception was good. It's still every time because I watched that movie a couple times, it still trips me out every single time. Like I still like trying to put together how certain things work and just confusing and all that stuff. So like I enjoy that movie because I feel like every time I rewatch it, I always find out a new detail. It's like, oh, I didn't know that, or oh, cool, I'm thinking about that differently. So yeah, I would say Inception's probably like one of my next favorite Christopher Nolan movies.
For a third pick, I would have to go with The Prestige.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
That one's
Didn't that one come out slightly after Batman Begins or Batman Dark Knight?
I think it came out before.
Because I know it came in between those two movies, didn't it? Or did it come out before Batman Begins?
I think it came out before Batman Begins because he's not really yoked in that movie. Because Christian Bale is in that movie, and so is Hugh Jackman. Those are the two. It's about two magicians that are going at it back and forth with the better magician fighting over the stage. It's actually really good.
Definitely need to start watching all of the Nolan movies because I haven't seen all of them. So I definitely want to watch them all before I decide what my third one is.
Yeah.
Because like I liked like we'll get into it, but like I liked Odyssey, but I don't know if I would necessarily, after all the other Nolan movies I would watch or have watched, I feel like I wouldn't necessarily still put it in the top 3.
Okay, that's fair.
Not saying that it was a bad movie. I don't know. It just doesn't feel top 3 for me yet.
I get it,
but
I think amongst like other movies that are kind of in that era, I think it's the top one though.
Still gotta watch Tenet. Tenet too.
Good movie. You'll love it.
Another movie that had what do you call it? Edward Cullen in it.
Robert
Pattinson.
Well, the two main actors that are in that movie are both in the Odyssey. I forget what the other dude's name is, but he's also on the ship with Odysseus. I forget his name is. He's the one with like the darker complexion guy. He's the one that he saves him from.
He's the same characters in
Tenet, yeah.
Tenet? Oh, interesting.
So he's like the main character in that movie.
But honestly, all the movies, even if they're not like I haven't seen them all, I feel like the ones that I've seen, I feel like he never really misses on his movies.
He hasn't made a bad movie yet, honestly.
Mm-mm. I think the only one that was kind of like for me, even though I haven't watched it, but I was just like it just didn't interest me that much when I saw the trailer, was like Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that movie did like ridiculously well in the box office. But necessarily for me, I would
honestly,
I didn't feel too interested to watch that one.
I feel like that movie is more for like if you're a history buff, like if you really wanted to know, like,
or you care more like a story dial, because of course there's not like action in it.
Right, no, it's a straight story. Yeah,
more story driven. So if you want to more story driven, then that's why I feel like people would probably like Oppenheimer a little bit more than having all his action movies.
True that.
But honestly, I guess it could lead into my other question. Because I know you have a question about it. I just thought about this one.
All right, good.
After him doing the Odyssey, what movie do you think he could do next?
Well,
because I was talking to who was I talking to? I was talking to I forget who I was talking to. I think I was talking to my dad or something like that, or I was talking to Jocelyn, and I think she was like, "Where do you go from here?" Like, because Odyssey was good, so it's just like, what movie would you do next?
Well, somebody asked Christopher Nolan that in an interview, and he says that he wants to do a horror movie next. And I'm like, oh,
well, with that Cyclops scene, I think he would do a pretty good job with horror.
Oh, heck yeah.
That would be very interesting. That would definitely put him out of his comfort zone.
It would be perfect.
And I feel like he would deliver. I think because I'm coming off of the Odyssey and I've read a little bit of it, I feel like a movie that he could do next, which I would be interested in seeing, is
Dante's Inferno.
Somebody
said that. I was like,
the Divine Intervention.
Ooh, I was
or the Divine Comedy. The Divine Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Divine
Comedy. I feel like that would be a perfect movie.
I think he could pull it off, honestly, because it has to do with like a tragic hero, kind of like what you would like what his movies are, pretty much have that tragic hero and then his journey to getting to the end goal, and then pretty much like in that movie, it's like him trying to get back to his beloved. Mm-hmm. By going through all the gates of hell.
Circles of hell.
Yeah, 9 things of hell. So I don't know. Yeah. I think after watching Odyssey, I have faith that he could do a Divine Comedy.
If he kind of did it the way he did the Odyssey, with still keeping everything practical but nothing too far fetched, I could easily buy.
I could just imagine how good that movie would look if he just did it with practical effects.
Yeah.
Because everything was practical effects from what I saw in there. We'll get more into it about the use of everything that he did in there. I did not know this, but I saw a video and I was like, oh, really?
He actually asked his friend Guillermo del Toro advice about the Cyclops before he made it. He was like, how should I approach this?
So honestly, Christopher Nolan, if you're hearing this, if somehow you come across this podcast, do a Divine Comedy. I have faith that you would do a pretty good job at it.
The fans want it. If they're not going to give me another game, give me a movie at least. I feel like, you know what? It would be a cool TV show too.
Christopher Nolan doing TV shows, that'd be very interesting. That would definitely put him out of his comfort zone because having to divide his movie into 8 parts. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I'm excited to see whatever comes out next after the Odyssey.
It's gonna happen soon. I think by next year we'll see.
I think he says that he wants to wait 3 years.
Really, 3 years? Oh damn!
But I think from what I know from all his previous movies, they've all been like 3-year increments before he starts working on before the next movie comes out.
Yeah, because he needs a break.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That guy works so hard.
Because he did Oppenheimer, and then right after that, did Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, yeah, he needs a break. But
yeah,
3 years, we'll see what his next project is.
It'll fly by.
We'll probably see it like halfway through, maybe like year 2. We'll probably see like a teaser trailer or something for his.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I know it's 3 years, but by year 2 we'll see the trailer, and then by the end of year 3 it'll be done.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
good job, Christopher Nolan.
Killing it.
Keep it up. But yeah, that would be. What was your question?
Oh, like do you think that we're in a good era of movies now? Like, I feel like this year has been a really strong film-oriented year. Like, good movies back to back. Not a lot of bad ones, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, because like I said, we've talked about this before, but like I've never been to the movies as often as I have in the last year. I think I went to the movies maybe a couple times, and this year I've probably been to the movies a lot more times. So yeah, I definitely feel like there's like a spike in good movies this year, especially we're still not done yet. We saw Spider-Man next week, so
Spider-Man,
and I'm excited for it. Wait, and then we have Doomsday,
and
Clayface,
the re-release of Endgame,
release of game thing, and then also I know it's a TV show, but like Lanterns is coming out in a couple weeks as well, which I'm excited for.
They better do something, dude, because right now
they better hit a home run with Lanterns to be able to make up for Supergirl.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like this year has been such a great year for like horror and scary movies.
But supposedly with the new acquirement that
I heard,
that who's it that has getting the rights to Warner Brothers?
I don't know. I can't remember, but
I forget. But supposedly
was it Universal? No,
I forget. I actually forgot. But from what they were saying, that supposedly maybe because of this acquirement is going through.
Oh, it's Paramount. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Paramount. That they might just get rid of James Gunn, unfortunately.
Well, supposedly he's not really liked up there right now because of what's been going on.
Yeah, so it's like that's unfortunate because we've like just getting. It feels like we got a nice resurgence for DC, and now with this acquirement, and then so unfortunately getting possibly a new person to do the DCU, we're gonna get a reset again.
So fourth reset. That's crazy.
A fourth reset. And then Doomsday is just around the corner. DC's in some trouble right now.
I don't know. Right now, Marvel's not doing so hot either. These past couple years for Marvel has been shit for me.
Yeah, but honestly, I think Doomsday is gonna put them back on that track.
We're talking about a cameo fest movie of all the greatest actors. Yeah, of course it's gonna sink the ship for DC.
And that's unfortunate because I was excited to see this resurgence.
You know what I will say?
Especially, it's going to hurt me even more if Lanterns is really good and I enjoy it, and then it's just scrapped. Like, well, it's all getting scrapped. So you watch that project for nothing. And I'm just like, I want that.
Or if they, hopefully, if it does do well, maybe they'll just pick up where they left off and
just have another person.
And then just start making the proper changes. Like, you got to give us a Batman Superman movie. And then
it might just like kind of like what James Gunn did with Peacemaker at the end of Peacemaker season 1, and then when he did Peacemaker season 2, he wanted to make it canon, so pretty much he retconned the ending of Peacemaker 1 because you see the original Justice League, and then when they do the flashback in Peacemaker 2, it's the new gang, which is what are they called? The Justice Gang?
The Justice Gang, yeah.
So they get that gets removed, and then they do that, so you can continue that. So maybe if Lanterns does do good, they might just try to somehow rewrite it to be able to go into the new direction of DCU. Because they might get someone totally different instead of James Gunn running the show for DC.
It depends on how well these two films, Clayface and then the show do.
Yeah. So this is the last year for them to do something, because I feel like by next year, it's gonna get redone, all of DCU.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get much from DC next year either.
Well, it's just the only one I know is Man of Tomorrow, of course. That's the only thing. Yeah. Which I was excited for, but with everything, it's just like, because I really like that suit.
Yeah.
They showed up for Lex Luthor. Like, that suit just looks so good.
Yeah. I'm excited because they're gonna include Blue Beetle in it too.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So
too.
he's gonna be relevant now.
I enjoy Blue Beetle from what
I think that's
saw
cool. Like they're making a movie that wasn't relevant, like relevant again.
Yeah.
It's like finally they're gonna use him.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like definitely there's a lot of movie happening this year.
Yeah.
I think
It's
the only
great.
one I kind of probably missed was like Key-Man, but I heard like mixed
Heard that
things.
wasn't
But then I
that
heard people
good.
like liked it for what it was, and then some people were just like hating on it.
My pop saw it and he said that they were trying to be like Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, we've had our fill of that. I'm like, we need to move on.
I know, right?
Yeah, and I that's how I felt about Supergirl. I felt like they tried to be like that, going from different planet to planet with different races. I'm like, I've had my taste of that. Like, give me something I haven't seen yet.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our thoughts. That's our questions. That leads right into our topic, our main topic, which is our Odyssey thoughts, our review. I guess at this point, if you haven't seen it, you could click off right here and come back later because we'll talk about spoilers. We'll talk about just the direction of the movie and everything. So if you don't want to hear that, feel free to
pause it and come back.
After you see it, or maybe I'll put a little timestamp saying when you could come back into the podcast. We don't hear anything because we saw something else that we want to add and talk about at the end. So if you want to stay tuned, stay for that. Or if you don't care and you're just like, yeah, I just want to hear your thoughts and maybe convince you to watch it, even if we tell you things that happen in the movie, feel free to stay by and enjoy it. So yeah, but pretty much I feel like the best way to go off of it before going into like the full review, what are our scores for the movie?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10, honestly.
Yeah, it's about what
9 out of 10. 9. I don't think any movie. It'd be really hard to get a movie that's a 10, perfect 10.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't seen a perfect 10 movie yet, and I don't.
That's why I still don't like because we've talked about this, but like in movies and stuff, I think I was talking about like usually I give like movies that I enjoyed that are like 9s, and they were like, it's like what's your 10? Like for a movie, and I was like, I don't know, honestly. Like
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it. I don't know what stands out for a 10 for me, honestly. Like there's good movies,
yeah,
and that's why I usually put them at 9s if I really like them. But I don't know if I've seen a movie that I'm just like, yeah, easy 10.
Yeah,
because even Obsession, I love that movie.
Yeah,
gave it a 9.
Yeah, because I think there's always something to improve on a movie. There's no such thing as a perfect movie.
Yeah, definitely. So like. Maybe one day I get shown a 10 and I'm like, that's an easy 10. But till then, because even Dark Knight, again, another movie I love. It's on my top 3. I still put it like at a 9.
Yeah,
like, I don't think it's 10. I don't think it's perfect.
No, I've seen plenty of movies that are 9s in my book, but never a 10.
Yeah, so
it's just
maybe let us know in the comments down below. If you want to have any recommendations for movies that we might think is a 10 or that you think is a 10, so then we can watch it and see if we feel the same way, feel free to let us know in the comments of any movies that you think are 10s, or are you still waiting like us for that 10 movie?
We'll debate.
But yeah, I think easy 9.
Solid 9. But you know what? After seeing this movie, it actually makes me want to read the book. And that rarely happens for me.
I have the book too. I read a couple pages and stuff. But now after I watched it, I was like, ooh, I kind of want to read it now.
Yeah, because from what I understand, they didn't include everything from the book, which I think
it's a long book.
But yeah, which I think is okay. But like for what we got, I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
I appreciated more of the fact how everything was really grounded and not like super far-fetched. Like, yes, we were talking about gods and things like that, but they didn't actually show them.
Yeah.
I appreciate that more because it's like, okay, now we're not getting into that goofy territory.
Yeah, because that's just Nolan's style.
Right.
Like, yes,
it's like a realism.
There's these like cosmic forces, but it's kind of you don't see them, but you kind of feel it in the environment that they're currently in or something.
Yeah, like the Poseidon like causing the ocean waves and stuff.
You don't see Poseidon.
Zeus making the thunder crack whenever like they mention him about something.
I think the only thing that you get like that's mystical is like the sirens, but even they're kind of far away and they're kind of clouded a little bit.
Yeah.
So that really didn't pull me out of it either.
Shrouded in mystery is what I like. Because like I was expecting to see like mermaids and stuff like that, but like you saw the silhouette of the women, but you never actually saw what they were. And I like how they didn't show us or let us hear like what song it was, and it was just kind of like on deaf ears, and you just see him screaming.
Yeah,
because the song is supposed to be specifically for you when you hear it. So
like,
everybody,
whatever your like your struggles are. Okay, there's something like that. The song is directed towards you. So
I
think everyone hears a different song.
I think it was way more powerful that he kept it silent during that scene instead.
That's probably one of my favorite scenes in that movie is that scene because they do the wax thing, and when you do the wax, you don't hear anything either. So like you feel the same way that the character's feeling with the wax in their ear. So I really like that, and you just get to see
what's happening,
their movements and all that stuff, their body language. And that's it. You don't hear anything.
I like how his friend is just staring at him and he sees him screaming. And he's just trying to understand why.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we all felt. We're like, why? Like, what does he hear?
Yeah, but I really like that. Yeah. That scene was really cool because it was really well done. And like, yeah, I think it was really cool because they could have just put the wax in and then we could have still heard everything else. But they were like, no, we want you to feel how the soldier's feeling with the wax in their ear. And then that's how it's gonna play out for the whole scene. So I really enjoyed that scene.
I think my favorite scene in that entire movie was when they go to hell and they see all their dead.
Yeah,
that scene was.
And they all have their testimonies. Sinan and
crazy.
I always forgot.
Agamemnon.
I
like how when you first see him, he's just like a statue and he's sliding.
That guy looks like a badass.
And it's funny because when he's not like who he is as a person, you're like, this guy is goofy. Super goofy, but like with all that,
you don't really get to see his face or anything.
But I like that though. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you would have seen his face, it would have totally changed the tone of like, oh, this guy's goofy. Like, I don't want to. Now that I've seen his face, like, I don't think he's that cool.
I thought that his costume design was really cool, especially the golden spine that's on the back of his hair. Like, I don't know, that he just looked like a badass.
He had like the presence of like Darth Vader. Like when he's just there, you can just tell this guy's ready to mess some stuff up.
Say like a space marine, like a space.
Yeah,
especially when they go through was it Athena? Or they go to Troy, and then he comes in the door. He's just beefy and walking through all that. Oh shit!
He was only on the screen for like 4 minutes. They said, but I'm like, dude, like, wow! I remember him very vividly for 4 minutes.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Just his whole stature and just the whole look of him, and he only has like a couple lines too.
Yeah, for real. And then he gets murked.
Yeah.
That whole scene where when they all start coming out of the ground, I'm like, that's cool. Like they actually buried the actors and they all came up out of the. You know, to me, that scene kind of reminded me of just like God of War a little bit. I was just like, oh, this is so cool. Like you get to actually.
And again, you're in the Wonder World, but you don't see like anything like
it's crazy.
Hades, demons, all that stuff. It's just these people.
You just see the dude on the ground. Yeah. That's I forget what his name was, but
So it definitely didn't feel like they were trying. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't feel out of pocket. Yeah. It felt like because you could see how terrified they were, and they were just like, "What do we do?"
Yeah.
But I like how like after like the men leave or whatever, and he's just like, "Oh, like you've kind of overstayed your welcome. Like you gotta go."
Yeah, and also too, all those people are his old soldiers, so they're kind of pissed at him because he's like trying to take so much care of the soldiers he has now. So they're like, "Well, why are their lives more meaningful than theirs?" And then they're pissed. So he's like, "Yeah, I think they're a little pissed. So you better start running."
I like how like Sinan's character, like the first thing like they says to him is just like, "You lied to me." Like he's like, "It wasn't until I died that I find out the truth."
Yeah,
like, I was like, "Damn, that sucks." Like that's crazy.
Honestly, I enjoyed Sinan's character, even though I was only in a couple scenes. I enjoyed Sinan's character.
I think everybody overhyped it, saying that it was gonna ruin the movie, and I was like, no, I was not mad with Elliot Page's role.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the role that he played was perfect, and like it was short and sweet. Like I think I don't know why I thought that he was gonna play like a more
because everyone was saying that on the thing too. Like
everybody
on the internet, where it's like, oh, he's gonna play Achilles.
I was like, that's not even the character though.
And then
they referenced that name once, and that's it. And I like that.
Then he ends up not even being that character. So I'm just like, y'all got pissed for no reason.
Honestly, the opening scene of that, and he dies. I was like, that's it. That's what everybody's pissed about. I was like, right? Yeah. But then seeing him, I liked him the portrayal of the character when he's dead more than I did alive. Obviously.
Yeah, because you get that more like grittiness, and then it's like he's dead, so then you get more of like that feeling of him. Because like again, like you said, you lied to me. You didn't. I thought it was just a gift for them, and then ended up being that you guys hid in there and all that stuff. And
I was like, I needed you to believe, and I'm like, damn, that's cold.
I know. I was like, damn.
I do like how when Sinan gives him that little stick, and he's like, give his shame back to him.
I was like, I was like, great.
That's fucking badass. And I hated Robert Pattinson. I
know,
and I was like,
he did a great job as his character, but I was annoyed with this.
I love his role and what he played, but like the whole time I was like, this guy's gotta die. Like I was so pissed the entire time watching this.
I think for me the reason why, because I would give it a 9.5, but the only reason why I gave it a 9 is because I know they're still trying to build up the story, But I feel like the beginning of the movie was a little
slow.
It was a little too slow.
It was.
But and also too, it threw me out of Travis Scott. Why the hell are you in this movie? You have no reason to be in this movie, bro.
I honestly didn't realize it was Travis. I know they said he was gonna be in the movie, but I overlooked it at the beginning.
I was just but
I understand why he put Travis Scott in there, because this is like the third time he's put a musician in his movies.
I think he did a soundtrack for him or something.
He did one song, and it's
for Nolan, and then Nolan was like, "Well, since you did this for me, I'll put you in a role." But I'm like, he was so unnecessary. This character was so unnecessary.
I didn't mind it though, like because he only appears twice, and that's it.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't need to see you, Travis Scott.
I didn't even know it was Travis Scott till later on. I was like, I was like, dang.
Ever since Astroworld, that whole shitty situation that happened and how he handled it and stuff. I'm just like, bro, I don't like you anymore.
It's funny, like I think besides the movie being great is the amount of memes that have come out from this movie. Like somebody was like, "Oh, there's 2 Batmans in that movie," and I was like, "Who's the other Batman?" And then I forgot when Travis Scott dressed up in that brown Batman suit and he got pulled off, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's right!" I was like, "That's right." He got bullied for that.
Yeah.
It was like, that was such a cool suit though, and everybody gave him so much shit for it.
Yeah.
That was solid.
But yeah, the beginning was a little slow. I was just like, but then after that as soon as they go back to Odysseus and then he's trying to remember everything, then it just pops off from there. And I think that's what I liked about it. Like after that, I was just like, okay, I'm locked in. Yeah. But before getting to that point, I was just like, can we just get to the next scene?
I think the most terrifying thing in that movie was the Cyclops stuff.
Oh, that Cyclops was insane.
When they blinded and it starts screaming, I was like, that is the most terrifying sound I've ever heard.
Well, no, it was even more terrifying because I saw it in, I was thankful enough to be able to see it, but in 70 millimeter with the loud ass sound or whatever. That thing, when it was screaming, it was so freaking loud. Oh my gosh.
I bet that touched
me. And I think Jocelyn, she had her what do you call it? Her
smartwatch.
Her smartwatch, and it was literally tracking like the sound and everything. And it's like, oh, you need to go find like a quiet space or something like that because it's getting too loud or whatever like that. And I was like, dang, so your watch is even telling you that it's too loud? It was loud. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was probably the loudest part in the movie. But it was terrifying. I was like, holy shit. And then when it spoke, I was like, oh. But I like what Matt Damon's character.
I think the one thing, now that I've seen what the scene was differently in the Odyssey, I still like the scene, but I feel like this one would have been cooler. But like in the original Odyssey, apparently when he sees the Cyclops, I think the Cyclops actually talks to him. And he said,
what's your name?
He asks Odysseus,
nobody.
Like, what's your name? And he's like, nobody. So then when he finally does the whole eye thing and injures him, there's other Cyclopses around that island, and they're like trying to like reach out to him.
Who blinded you?
It's like, who blinded? Who's killing you? It's like, nobody. And then they just play it off as, oh, this guy's just messing with us.
Yeah.
And then when I heard that was what the original scene was in the book, I was like, oh, that scene would have been way more cooler to see.
I
still enjoyed it, but that scene sounds way better than like what we got.
I thought it was way more hard when he was just like, one of his men was like, should we reason with it? And he's like, would you talk to ants? And I was like, damn.
I know. I was like, okay. That was a pretty cool line delivery right there.
I was like, okay, that was way more cool than saying, my name is nobody. I appreciated and I just like watching that movie, and then like after that scene, like how they actually did everything practical.
I did
way more appreciation for that.
Yeah.
Solid. That's why when I saw it twice, that's when I saw it the second time. I was like, damn.
That thing was an actual puppet.
Yeah, crazy.
That's a legit puppet that they made. And Nolan was just like, because I think they made a funny video. I saw a video. And then they're like, okay, so we have the CGI ready for the Cyclops. And then they're like, and then it's like a different person pretending to be Christopher Nolan. And it's like, what do you mean CGI? He's like, we got the CGI for the big old Cyclops. And it's like, we don't need CGI. What do you mean we don't need CGI? It's like we're gonna do practical effects. How are we gonna do practical effects of this big ass Cyclops? It's like, we're going to make it happen. I don't think that's how it went.
No, I know,
you get the gist of the video. Yeah. And I was just laughing because then when I found out that it was like a full-on puppet, I was like, damn. Christopher Nolan said, are we going to get any CGI? And he just straight up said, nah, fam, this is all practical.
I honestly I think my favorite practical shot that he did for that movie was when they fight the armored giants on land and they get like destroyed. Like, I was like, how the hell did they film that practically? Because they look huge.
And apparently they actually got
7-foot guys, and
to
then
play
they got
them.
women to play the soldiers under 5 feet.
So
and I was like,
yeah.
Because I saw the comparison of them without the armor standing next to each other. I'm like, holy shit, that looks crazy.
Yeah, so that was
and
really
it makes sense because
they did a pretty good job of masking the stunt double because I didn't even know until they said it in the
almost all
what they did.
Almost all the shots you got of the giants on the standing in front of the camera, like it's just the back of the soldier you see. So you're just like, that's Odysseus, and that's a big motherfucker standing in front of me. So I was like, oh, dude, they killed it.
Yeah.
And the girl that was playing as Odysseus, she was jacked.
Yeah.
Because even in an interview, Matt Damon was like, "Oh, the girl that was playing, she was ripped." He was like, "Way more than I was." So
that's cool. Great. And then you know what's crazy? I found out another practical scene. I was like, "How the freak do you did this?" But the scene with Cersei, where she's transforming them into pigs, that's all practical effects. And I think I even saw an interview, and Anne Hathaway and Tom Holland were in the interview. And they were like saying something. It's like, oh, so how did they do the CGI for the Cersei thing?
It's real.
And they're like, oh no. They're like, and then they're like, oh no, that was all practical effects. And the lady was like, wait, what do you mean practical effects? Yeah. And then Tom was like, yeah, all of that was literally all done by practical effects. There was no CGI. And she's like, what the hell?
Yeah, they used the same practical technologies from the movie. I think it's like American Werewolf in London or something.
Yeah, I heard.
And I was like, no way! Like that looks so convincing. Yeah. And when she's like morphing the face, I was like, dude,
that's insane. So the fact that
made me feel gross.
That wasn't even CGI either. I was like, wow, that makes me more uncomfortable with that scene. Even though the scene's already uncomfortable, but finding out that detail about it was just like, whoa. That was insane.
It felt so real, though, when you're looking at it. So, but to find out how they did it, I was like, damn, like, way more appreciation for that.
Like, honestly, the little horror elements that we got, I think he did a pretty good job. So, horror movie next for Christopher Nolan?
Sign me up.
Sign me up. Christopher Nolan, give us a horror movie.
Oh, dude.
Maybe an original horror movie would be cool instead of you trying to make a remake or rebooting something. Just make your own horror movie. I feel like you do a great job just being able to make your own movie.
You know, it's funny. He was giving praise to the director of what was it? It's your favorite movie. You just saw it.
Dark Knight?
No, the Obsessed.
Obsession?
Yeah, Obsessed. Yeah, he was giving praise to the director of that movie. He's like, I loved it. He's like, it was such a great movie.
Oh, I didn't know that. He gave props to Curry?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, damn, if he liked that, that's what's up.
That's saying a lot about how good your movie came out if you're getting praises from Christopher Nolan.
For real. You know what's crazy? They filmed the entire movie, The Odyssey, in 91 days.
Damn.
91 days.
And I think the actual cave that they went into
was a real cave.
Found the Cyclops is a real cave, and it was in Greece. They actually
were traveling all over.
It wasn't like they went to New Zealand because you know how some of those places it's like, oh, it was just filmed in New Zealand.
Yeah.
But this was actually, I think they said it was actually filmed in one of the caves in Greece.
And the castle was real. It wasn't fake.
I think Ithaca's a real place.
Yeah, it's crazy it's crazy that it's still there though, and they just built off of it rather than build a. I think the only practical set they built, there was two of them. There was the dining hall. And the other one is when they're on the ocean at night and it's thunderous, and they filmed that at the back lots. But those are the only two places that were like built. The rest of them are on-site locations.
It's kind of cool. If you ended up going to Universal City Walk, they had the Trojan horse.
Oh, really? That's badass.
In front of the movie theater.
That's tight.
I always liked that. I always missed that about Universal City Walk. Whenever they had like their big Universal movies, they would always have a prop or something. They would design the movie theater to be themed around that big movie. And they didn't really do that for some of the original, like some of the other old Universal movies. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, it feels like I'm a kid again. When I used to be able to go, and there was like, I forget which big movie was out, and they changed the whole movie theater to match that design of the movie. I was like, I missed that. So seeing that, it kind of was just like, it brought me like joy being able to see that again. I was like, oh, it feels like.
It was great.
When I went to City Walk when I was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah. Well, it was a great movie. Who do you think was your standout performance? Because there were so many actors in this movie.
Oh,
Who do you think stood out for you the most?
For sure, Matt Damon's
character. I know, right?
Like, you know what? I've always liked him in movies too, but to see him in this kind of a lead role, where like he was physically pushed, it was great. I appreciated his character a lot. I would say after him, I would probably say the guy who plays Agamemnon. Just even though he only had 4 minutes of screen time and like a couple lines, like less is better. Like you know what? Like if you wanted the sense of somebody to feel like this guy's like a super powerful king, and like just being in his presence is enough. Like words don't even have to come out of his mouth. Like because every scene, like everybody's kneeling to him. Like even when they were in hell, everybody kneeled to him. And I was like, I'm like, dude, this guy's dead.
On this man.
I'm like, the dude's dead, and you're still gonna kneel to him. Like, but that's respect. I like that's cool.
Yeah, I would say honestly, man, Damon did a good job. I think my favorite part is in the end when he's talking to Penelope and he's talking about the whole story about what happened, and then she's like, "You're the people
from the sea." Yeah,
and then that whole scene right there, just like you feel the little bit of that emotion, especially when Athena's character shows up right there, and he's like reaching out for her, and then you end up realizing that he killed Athena when she was like as a mortal or something like that. Yeah. Because you know the rule that they always said, like don't kill a traveler or something like that, because they might be a god in disguise.
She's supposed to be his guilt for like kill. So like he imposes her face on Athena, and like it's his guilt following around wherever he goes.
Okay, I saw it as that she was a mortal human being, and then she kills him, and then she ends up being
she's begging for her life right before they cut off the statue's head and her head at the same time. So that's why he imposes her face on Athena. It's his guilty conscience.
I like the way you see it. Yeah. I like the way you see it instead, like that. I like that.
I was like,
I feel like that. I saw it that different.
Because the entire time I was thinking, like, dang, like you know, like, how did they come to the conclusion like this is Athena or whatever? But then, like, when they finally come full circle and they show that like his men killed her right in front of him.
Yeah, I like the whole scene.
I was like, oh, that's brutal.
And you see the emotion on her end, and his emotion, and then as soon as he finished like the story, she disappears, and then he's just like. It feels like she feels.
It's almost like he's forgiven after he tells
exactly. And I was just like, that scene was so good.
Yeah,
that scene was so great. I love that.
Come full circle.
And that whole scene, just his acting in there, was just like it was just like, all right, cool.
Throughout the movie, when Penelope kept saying like, oh, the people from the sea are just gonna come and take the kingdom from us, and I'm like, who the hell is the people from the sea?
I know, right?
The entire time,
are we gonna get a war on the side?
That's what I
these
thought.
People to see.
I thought like,
and then when it comes full circle, it's like they're the people to see, because after their win and
they broke Zeus's law.
Yeah, and they start pillaging like nearby villages to be able to get the resources to get back home. So he does all that. So then those stories get passed on, and since it gets passed on, you know, names get changed, or maybe they don't know who these people are. And then it gets pushed to them, and they're like, "Oh, you're the people of the sea, pretty much." I was like, "Oh."
You know, they threw it in our face early on in the movie when they come to the first land, and it's that small village, and it's already on fire. Yeah. And I was like, "Did they burn the village?" But no, the villagers set their places on fire because they thought that they were the people from the sea. Because he asked him, he's like, "Why didn't you greet us with warm welcomes like Zeus's law or whatever?" And the guy was like, "Oh, like we thought you were the people from the sea coming to pillage us, this, and that." And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, why would you think that? But then, like, obviously, like, at the end, when they come full circle, I'm like, now they know why. Like, that's why they thought that they were the people from the sea.
Because they were.
Because they were the people from the sea. Yeah.
Yeah, but that scene was great. That scene was great. And I think it's just funny, like, seeing and my favorite, like, little thing that he always did was when he does the bow. Yeah. And he does the pulls the rope to be able to bind it, and then does the and then plinks it. I was like, I thought that scene was always like the little scene was always cool. Yeah. Because even when he does when he's hunting that pig, the deer. He's hunting the deer and he does the plink.
Yeah. No.
I was like, I don't know. That was just such a cool little quip to see, like, continuously, especially at the end when she's like when he's doing that thing, and it's like no one's able to do the bow thing, and then he's like, everyone's laughing at him because they didn't know he was Odysseus, and then he does the fling, and then Penelope instantly knows, oh shit, Odysseus is here.
I like when he does it, and then Robert Pattinson's character turns around and he runs.
He's like, oh hell no!
I was like, oh the bitch.
Yeah, but he's such a coward.
Get the shields. Yeah. Get the swords.
He's such a coward.
You wanted him to die. You wanted him to die so badly from the get-go.
And everyone's just trying to go at him, and it's just like it turns out to be a battle royale.
I do like how Tom Holland had like one small fight scene, though. I do appreciate that.
He got his first kill ever.
Yeah.
Because Tom Holland, in all his movies, has never killed someone on screen, so that's his first like kill on screen.
It was really good, yeah. I was impressed with it.
Yeah, but
the whole time I was like, oh, like, is he gonna throw in a flip or something? Because he's Spider-Man.
I think my second person would be like favorite I think John Leguizamo's character did pretty good. Like I
Oh,
can feel the
yeah.
emotion with him, like him being blind,
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
his little things that he was talking about, and just like his loyalty towards Odysseus. And I was like, I think he did a pretty good job as his
I think
character.
the saddest part of that movie is when the dog dies.
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, oh no.
Damn.
I was like, he waits 20 years just to pass away.
And then
I'm
it
like,
gets even worse when his character, John Leguizamo's character, and those
puppy.
brats
Yeah.
come to his
Oh yeah,
thing,
he kills all
and
his
then
dogs.
kills all his dogs
I was like,
because he's like,
damn.
oh well, we don't have enough food or something like that, and he's like, oh well, we're gonna take it for free or something. Like we're gonna take
Yeah,
it for
he's
ourselves.
like, these aren't mine.
And then he ends up killing all the dogs, and then Odysseus shows up finally, and then he's burning the dogs. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
No dogs were harmed in this movie. But
Yeah, I
damn,
know,
I
right?
felt bad. Those scenes got me because I was like, damn. And you could just see the emotion in John Leguizamo's eyes. And he's like, can this just stop already? Like he just wants like Odysseus to be back to be able to return order to.
I like how he doesn't tell him who he is though.
Yeah,
he's just like, I'll take care of it.
He becomes what do you call it? He becomes Obi-Wan. He becomes Obi-Wan in that
Pretty
scenario.
much, yeah.
And then
I do like when she figures it out that it's his wife Penelope.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, we're gonna hold a what do you call it? If somebody can pass my test, then I'll marry them.
Yeah, but that's before she finds out Odysseus, and then as soon as she finds out that's Odysseus, she knows, and then automatically closes the doors. And then Mia Goth's character tries to get in, and she's like, "You could stay there, where you
your place is down there.
Your place is down there." And I was like, "Oh shit!"
I was hoping that
she knew as soon as he revealed himself that it was gonna go down.
I wish they would have showed it, but they should have killed her character.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was like, come on, like her boyfriend died, like she has to die.
Yeah,
but they didn't show that. That's one thing.
Because I think she ended up escaping, and I think she ended up at the end. She ends up bowing down, like all the other people that he was fighting. They all bowed down because they're like, okay, we're not gonna be able to win this. We're not gonna be able to win this. So they kind of
they all show their loyalty.
Loyalty.
I like how
okay, I was in the wrong.
When he was whipping ass, some people were just like, yeah, screw this, I'm just gonna bow down.
But it's crazy because you have that back to like the Robert Pattinson's character when he has that delivery with Penelope and saying like I love you, and he's like trying to be all flirtatious and lovey-dovey with her, and then immediately after that goes and sees Mia Goth's character and she kisses them and they laugh, and then Mia Goth's like, oh, she's lying.
He's at sea.
He's in sea heading towards this place or whatever. And I was like, that little.
I was like, what up, bitch?
I was like, dang. So then that, and then I like that. I think Anna Hathaway like sees that, and that's why she's like, you belong with the rest of them. And then she kind of gets what she deserves. She's like, you get to be down there, and maybe you'll make it out alive, but we don't know.
Nah, I would have loved to have seen both of them.
And then like the whole scene too, like when he finally gets, he's like, you're not gonna be able to kill all of this. When Robert Pattinson's character tells Odysseus, you can't kill all of us. He's like, as long as I kill you, I don't care. Like, that's it. I was like, dang. And then when he finally gets to kill him, and then it's like, oh, when you get back to hell, or when you get back to Underworld, tell Sinan I gave you back to Shane, and then I will go back to be able to show honor to my soldiers or something like that. And I was like, oh, and he shoves the thing inside his mouth and then kills him. I was like, oh,
that's badass.
What a badass. But yeah, I was finally happy to see Robert Pattinson's character perish in there.
Right? It was so cool after he does that and he stands up. He's got like 2 arrows in his back and a spear in the stomach. I was like, fuck. He got beat down.
But yeah,
that was probably like, even though like the fight was like, it felt really long, that whole fight where he's taking on like all those guys. It was really well choreographed. Like nothing was like over the top. I think for like the period of time that they're in, like that's like good fighting right there.
Yeah. And again, it's like, a lot of these, there's a lot of, people say it's like just the diversity of this cast. I was like,
so what?
It didn't take me out of the movie at all. Like, again, I had never read the book, so me watching this movie, I have nothing to compare it to. So, from a movie, just a movie standpoint, I thought it was great. I didn't care about all the different like ethnicities, all the different diversity that they had in there. It didn't bother me. It didn't take me out of it. It didn't take away the acting that they did and the scenes that were greatly shot and everything. Like, it didn't take.
Those
me
are
out.
just the people trying to shit on it before it comes out. But it's crazy the amount of people that were super like disliking the Odyssey trailer before it dropped. I was just like, dang, for the amount of people that disliked it, like, this movie's doing great.
I know, right?
I was like, I don't see the problem that everybody said was going to be a problem in this movie.
I think Nolan did okay. I feel like he did all right. It was definitely fun to see him outside of a Spider-Man role.
Yeah, right. I know. I think for me, like, this was a good like supporting role for him. Yeah. I know he plays a good he plays like
he's like the main character, but not he's like a side character at the time.
I think he played a good supporting actor in that movie. Yeah. Like, I like how it wasn't about him because every movie he's in, it's always about him. So it's cool to not have him.
But I gotta admit one thing: the score for this song, for this movie, was freaking amazing. Oh my gosh! Every single song just hit. I was like, oh my gosh, the soundtrack, dude.
It's the same guy who does the soundtrack for The Mandalorian.
I know it's Ludwig something.
Ludwig, yeah, I don't know his last name.
But yeah. Props to you. You did a phenomenal time on that soundtrack because that OST was phenomenal.
Used period correct instruments for that soundtrack, which I was like, that's crazy. They had to actually remake and reinvent these instruments that haven't been played in thousands of years, which is crazy. I was like,
and like even how like hyped the music was, it made me feel like a little edge on the seat because it was just like that suspense, like dum, 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 dum. Especially the scene that gets me all the suspense is when they finally break into the Athena.
Oh,
and then they have the music, and it's just like boom, 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 and they're just running through the whole town and like just destroying everything. Like that whole scene with the music just got me. I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Like, I felt on the edge of my seat with that whole scene.
That soundtrack and the movie score was like super perfect. It reminded me of like in God of War, like the soundtrack that plays like really heavy when you're battling, and then it goes like to peaceful afterwards. Yeah. I was like, dude, this is really cool. Like. This almost reminds me exactly of how that game plays.
I was like, a new soundtrack for me to listen to whenever I'm just like chilling or just like maybe reading or maybe playing games. I'll just put that soundtrack on there because for the longest I would have the Marathon, of course, soundtrack because I love that soundtrack. Now I have another soundtrack to listen to because I thought it was that good. And I feel like if you were playing like a freaking Call of Duty or something like that, I would definitely put you into the mood of trying to get kills and stuff in Call of Duty. So.
It's so crazy how good a soundtrack can make and break a movie.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine if they did that movie with how great it was filmed and
then the soundtrack just didn't hit.
It would miss so hard.
Yeah, it definitely would make me feel different about it.
I wouldn't appreciate it as much because it's like, why does it feel like off?
Yeah.
Something feels off about this. But
no, honestly, phenomenal.
It feels like they made the movie around the soundtrack.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And then, like, again, it's like, because it's an epic, Odyssey, the book is like an epic poem or whatever. Mm-hmm. And from when watching the movie, it felt epic.
Oh, super. Super epic.
But yeah, I saw it twice. I saw it 70mm the first time, and then we actually got lucky. It was crazy because how many showings they were doing for this movie? They were doing showings at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And those are all booked up.
They were all booked, and we did actually go to one of those. So pretty much, I went to a concert the day before to go see Evanescence.
Nice.
And we had tickets to go see the 3 o'clock showing because I think she was looking at tickets. She wanted to go see it. And then I was like, I wouldn't mind seeing a movie at 3 o'clock in the morning. Right. So she ended up getting us tickets for both of us to go see it at 3 o'clock in the morning. So then I was like, oh man, I'm going to have a long day.
And you guys got out like at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, man. So like I went to the Evanescence concert and I went towards that direction because it's in Inglewood, because that's where the forum is. And then I came home, relaxed for an hour, and then headed back to her to go see the movie at 3 o'clock in the morning. So like I didn't even sleep until we saw the movie. So yeah, we saw it at 3 o'clock, and I was just like,
perfect.
It was cool. There were some parts because I've already seen some of it, I did close my eyes a little bit because I was just like, I don't think it was because necessarily the movie was boring the second time. It was more because I'm freaking tired.
I am tired.
And it was nice and cool, and the seats were comfortable. Yeah. And it was crazy because I was like, that says a lot because it's super loud, of course. And I was still able to sleep in some parts of it. Oh, damn, that's insane that I'm able to sleep to like loud music because other people with like that loud music, they'd be like, I can't sleep like that. I was like,
just like, I am tired.
Yeah, but yeah, it was definitely cool because I saw it in 70mm IMAX.
I'm jealous.
And it was so cool. Just
everybody that's seen it say it's like the best
thing ever. Picture and seeing everything and how clear it looked. I was like, dang, like they say, how Nolan intended.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy because this movie was good, but honestly, you know how sometimes it's like, oh, I can't wait to go watch it on DVD or streaming service and all that stuff. Yeah. I don't think you're gonna be able to enjoy it as much watching it in like a Blu-ray or DVD or any of like the sources that you watch it. Like unfortunately, that movie is meant to be in a theater.
I think it depends on your setup. I mean, I know what you have at home will not come close to like an IMAX theater, but I mean, hey, if you have
your own home theater,
if you have a big ass TV and like a really good sound system with like, but
if I'm just watching on my phone, it's not gonna hit at all.
Oh my god, the memes for that are freaking hilarious. Somebody was like on a what is it, like on a Texas Instrument calculator, and they did like a picture from the Odyssey, and it's like how Nolan intended. I was like, I'm like, you guys are stupid, but like that's funny.
It's crazy though. It was kind of cool seeing some of the process for the 70 millimeter. That film was humongous.
It's the
I
first
think it had
movie,
like over like 2 million reel slides or whatever like that.
I think it said 13 miles of film or something like that.
I was like, that's insane.
Like,
having to set up all that too
every time
for the movie. But honestly, props to the people that worked at the movie theaters, because having to open these showings for 3 o'clock in the morning and it being that packed at 3 o'clock in the morning, people are probably working double shifts that day
for sure.
And they had they still had the energy. They still brought it. They were still able to set the movie up properly.
Yeah.
Like nothing was like degrading the quality. So honestly, props to the people that were working at those double shifts with when that movie came out at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I think to me that makes or breaks a movie experiences is like if you go into a theater and it's like really dirty, or you just know that it's not well taken care of and the seats aren't comfortable. I mean, I know like the employees have nothing to do with the seats being uncomfortable and things like that, but like, you know, whoever's running the show is like really taking care of it. Like to me that adds to as I love going to the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain theaters I'll go to just because I know it's going to be like a well-kept movie theater, and I don't mind paying the extra money for that. And then there's theaters where I'll go to that's just like to go watch a movie, like just to go. Like don't really care if the theater's fancy or not. Like to me, like Uptown's a prime example of like I just want to go see the movie and that's it.
Yeah. I want to experience the movie. Go to like a fancier movie.
Yeah. Because I have a list of theaters I'll go to for a good movie, and then I have one theater where it's like I just want to see it, and I don't care like the seats are shit, and I'm just here to watch it.
Yeah. And enjoy it as Nolan intended.
Yeah, as Nolan intended. Yeah, exactly.
I've seen those videos.
Oh my god. The amount of memes that have come out from this movie.
It was a funny thing. It's like when your friend's never heard of 7mm or something like that. So like the friend tells the other guy, it was like, "Oh, you want to go see? I just got tickets to go see Odyssey." And he's like, "Oh, cool! You got tickets for the sold-out show, Odyssey?" He's like, "Yeah, I got tickets." He's like, "Oh, cool!" So then they start heading to the car, and he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to see it, 70mm IMAX." And he's like, "What do you mean 70mm IMAX?" He's like, "You know the way Nolan intended it, 70mm." And I think he's like, "Oh no, we're just seeing standard, like standard movie theater." And he's like, he just like breaks down. He's just like, "How could you?" He's like, "Yeah, this is just standard." And I was just like, if you're able to have the money and able to find tickets, I would say at least see not in 70mm IMAX, but at least see in 70mm, because honestly, it just adds to the experience. So like, if you're able to have a little bit extra funds, I would say definitely go see it in like one of those formats. Because I feel like standard you're kind of doing yourself. You're doing the movie a disservice, and you're kind of doing yourself a disservice because 100%. Of just how much more screen you get. Because I've seen like the standard ones, and it cuts off a lot of like parts.
Yeah, I saw the comparison to what the standards are and then what the IMAX 70mm. I was like, wow, that is a huge difference.
That's a big difference. And then it's just like honestly, like in the C, like I feel like you could definitely tell the difference when you have like the C, you have the big ass screen. And then in standard, it just
limited,
It just feels limited, but yeah, I'm definitely excited. And I know because of this movie, a lot of people are demanding for more 70mm things.
Of course.
And a lot of movie theaters are like, we can't really
do that. They're not equipped for it, yeah.
They're not equipped for it because if they want to use 70mm, they have to use like old ass projectors.
Yeah, a lot of the IMAX projectors
together or repurposed, so put together.
A lot of those IMAX projectors are all like repurposed, like you said. Like they've had to fix them because they're not in service, they're not in production anymore. Like something breaks on it, they got to fix it themselves.
Yeah.
So I think the demand for IMAX stuff is going to take off because of Christopher Nolan now.
Yeah.
It is the first movie to be shot entirely on IMAX, so I think going forward, not that it's definitely not going to be the standard.
The gentleman, Jeff Keighley, the one that's like on the Video Game Awards show, or like the one that does the Summer Game Awards, that host or whatever.
The name sounds familiar.
Apparently, his dad is also a pioneer of the IMAX thing. So like Nolan ended up doing
really,
because I think he passed away, and I think he did I think Nolan did a dedication to him, and I was like, oh, whatever happened, and I didn't know who this guy was, and then I know Jeff Keighley, and Jeff Keighley posted something, and he was like, oh yeah, it's like Nolan dedicated it to my dad. And I was like, who's your dad? And they said it was for like the Odyssey, and I was like, oh, he was your dad? And I guess his dad was very much into like the IMAX thing. So then, like I guess Christopher Nolan got a lot of his inspiration from him.
That's cool.
And I was like, oh, cool. And it was like, unfortunately, condolences to Jeff Keighley, but I was just like, oh, I did not know that was your dad. And I was like, that's cool. And your dad was your dad had a role to play for IMAX like screenings and stuff, and yeah, so I didn't know that until later.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, any other final thoughts from Odyssey?
Go see it.
I know, go see it.
Honestly, like you hear us talk about it, like go see it. It's such a great story.
Yeah, it's a good story. Like
slow,
I said,
it's a slow start, but once it gets into gear, it's just on go from there on.
And if anything, it's like, let's say it's on your cup of tea. Yeah. Well, I guess for people that were saying it's like, oh, it doesn't match the source material. It's like, well, watch the movie, and then it's like you always have the book. Just go back to the book. If you like that version better.
I know people were complaining like they're not wearing period correct armor, but then I went and looked.
And then some people are saying that the costumes are not that good. I was like, I thought the costumes were fine. Like, I don't think there was anything wrong with the costume design.
When I was reading somebody saying that these are period correct armor, and then I went to go actually look up what period correct armor was in that time, and I'm like, well, these are goofy. Yeah. Why would I want that in a movie? Like, the route he went with this was way cooler.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you still want to put a modernized twist to it.
Yeah.
Which is the age that we're living in. Most things are going to get modernized, even if it's a timepiece or something from back then. You're going to get it modernized. And I think if it was in like the armor from that time period, I think it just looked weird. I think it would just look weird and goofy.
Yeah. I was like, this is way more appealing to the audience. Yeah. Like, the whole time you're going to be focused on the crappy armor.
As much as you want it to be accurate to like the source material in that time period, when you think about it, people are gonna probably not go watch it because it's like, but because of the way the costumes or the way it looks, it appeals to more people. So they're like, oh, I want to see this now. Because like I feel like if I would have saw those armor pieces, I would have been like, the old armor piece, I would have been like, ugh, I don't know.
The whole time I would have been focused on how goofy the armor is. Exactly. Like, I can't get past it. Like, what are we doing?
So at the end of the day, you shouldn't get too mad about it. Everything's gonna get modernized. It's something, no matter how old it is. You kind of just. Yeah, in a way, accept it. At the same time, if it's done wrong or poorly, then I could say why you would have a disagreement or not like agree with the way they did it. But if it's a good movie, like I enjoyed Odyssey, like I don't think there's anything to be like.
Everybody needs to understand this is Christopher Nolan's version of Odyssey. It's not the Odyssey. Yeah. So like everybody needs to get off his nuts about it.
Yeah. So.
I appreciate his story. The way he told it.
I think they changed. The thing people were saying too, they changed a lot of Odysseus' character.
Yeah, they didn't include
from like the book. Yeah, because I think in the book he's very much more prideful and everything.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know. I feel like in this day and age, I feel like someone's overly prideful, like in the books. I feel like it wouldn't.
He seemed really humble in this movie, which I liked. I was like, okay.
And I feel like he still had his struggles and stuff, and he did still have some of that pride after he goes through that. Even though he just has that guilt, he still felt very prideful because like, we're just gonna go this way. We're gonna pillage this village. We're gonna go to the over here to this island. And he felt very much more like I don't know, like pushy on the way they do the way their journey went and stuff. Because at the end, when you find out, it's like he doesn't want to go back home. Yeah, and I was like, why doesn't he want to go back home? And they don't reveal that. And then when it comes full circle, you're like, oh, because he has that guilt. Yeah, and he doesn't feel like he deserves to go home, which is why he ended up taking that detour. Because easily he could have taken that went back with Agamemnon's crew and would have made it back home, but because he felt that guilt and felt like he didn't deserve to be home, he was like, no, we're gonna go our own way, and if we make it back home my way, we do. If we don't, I don't mind that because he doesn't feel like he deserves to be there. So that's why he ended up not going with the crew and have more people.
But I think it's also good too he didn't go with them because when Agamemnon got home, he was killed. So like
but they just killed him. I don't think they would have tried. But at the same time, they would have had a landmark. It's like, okay, we made it to their kingdom or whatever. Now we know from this direction which way to go to be able to make it back to Ithaca or something like that. Like they would have a landmark instead of coming through all these random landmarks and being like, we may be going the right way, but we don't know. That whirlpool was apparently also practical as well.
They had jet skis.
Yeah, I was like, that's insane.
And then they just CGI'd the whole over it. I was like, that is badass. I was like, and I like the practical.
The whirlpool's terrifying. Imagine that in real life. I'd be scared for my life.
I like
it's like the black hole of the ocean.
I do like how they didn't show the monster itself. They just showed the because there's actually a monster that comes up from that whirlpool.
Oh,
in the book, somewhere in the book, there's it's a monster. So I like how. Again, I like how they kept it not like out of pocket. Like they kind of kept it really, except for like the tentacle monster.
Yeah, the one that comes out of the rocks and stuff. But like, I don't think it necessarily looked bad.
I like how they just briefly showed it. Yeah. You just saw the arms. You didn't see the whole thing.
Like I said, if he goes that way, they're gonna lose 6 soldiers.
Yeah, 6 over everybody.
Yeah, 6 over everybody. So yeah.
I like the effects for that too. Like they just had people on cables and they yanked them. I was like, how much more hard can you
guess
get?
it kind of feels like a pride thing too, because also too, every single time the gods are like telling him you're not supposed to do that, he's like, I'm gonna defy the gods.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do it my own way. I'm gonna make it back home. Like I feel like there's like
he's like, I want to save my men. He's like, and they're like, they're all gonna die.
There's still like that pride to him in a way. He's like, because to straight up say, I'm going to defy the gods, you have to have a lot of pride to be able to say, I'm just going to defy the gods.
Right. I like how when he tells them, like, don't eat the cow.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, you know.
Oh, don't eat any of the Helios's, Helios's cattle or whatever. And then they do that literally right after that. And he's like, I was just trying to save your asses.
Yeah.
So you know what? Whatever happens next, it's out of my hands.
He's like, I tried to save you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then it's kind of cool. I like that scene when they're like the wind stops, and they're like, "Oh, not if we leave right now." And they go, and then it's like, "Oh, it was a calm before the storm," and then that's when they have the wrath of Poseidon.
I was like, "That's just the play to get you out there, stupid."
Yeah, exactly.
Dumbasses.
But yeah, all the scenes were shot so nicely there, and I think it was just so enjoyable and just looked so good.
I thought it was kind of nice, like, well, not nice, but I thought it was. Like they didn't really show like his crew died, but we all know it happened. Like they didn't need to showcase that. We already knew they were doomed for doing what they did. So
yeah, exactly.
Not him asking like, "Where's my crew?" And she's like, "You know where your crew's at. They're dead."
Yeah, they're dead.
Like
Charlize Theron's character.
Yeah,
ended up being Calypso.
Yeah, I thought that was
overall
solid movie.
Nothing to complain about too much, except for like a little bit of the slowness that was in the beginning. But other than that, it takes off.
Yeah, it's a history buff movie.
Yeah, especially when you learn like all of its practical effects. When you know that, it just like makes me appreciate the movie more when you go see it, because you're like, oh, that's real. That's like actually happening.
Yeah, watching it the second time, I was just like, damn, that was. Now I really appreciate what the shot is.
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, go see the movie. Don't take our word for it. Go see it yourselves, and come up with your own thoughts and whatever. And feel free to let us know down in the comments what your thoughts were, what your takeaways. How you interpret it, each like different scene with everything. And yeah, just let us know. And we want to hear everyone's thoughts about Odyssey, especially since it's such a big movie right now. And then we have more to talk about for movies once next week comes, because we got Spider-Man. Think about it. Tom Holland, John Bernthal,
and Zendaya.
Back blockbusters.
Right.
Terrence, Odyssey, biggest movie. And I feel like Spider-Man's just going to be just as big.
Dude, you want to...
They're all three of them are in that movie as well.
Talk about being part of blockbuster movies. Like Robert Pattinson is like on a train.
I know. Right?
He is on like a mat.
He's done a great job of coming out of that Edward Cullen. Like,
it's so funny that
shadow.
I saw the meme. He's like, this guy is trying so hard to escape the shadow of the shiny vampire.
He also from the interviews and stuff, he did not enjoy his time.
No, he hated it. He hated it.
Like how they were doing stuff. His pay wasn't as great as he wanted it to be, especially with how successful the movies were and everything. And yeah,
did you see he threw a jab at Taylor Lautner in an interview or whatever?
No.
Somebody was like he was interviewing with him and he was comparing his character to he's like, oh, Penelope is like Kristen Stewart's character in the Twilight, and he's like, and I'm Jacob. He's like, a beautiful girl wants, Odysseus as Edward Cullen, and I'm over here playing as, Jake. I was like, damn, what a shot to the dot.
It was a funny little video. I don't think it has to do with Odyssey, but it was just funny because Robert Pattinson was interviewing Jennifer Lawrence, and then he asks her a question. He's like, hey, is there a director that you say no to? And then she's like, yeah, but he's never asked me. And then Robert Pattinson's like, who? And then she's like, Christopher Nolan. And he's like,
he's pretty good.
And then she straight up says, she's like, well, tell him I said hi. No, she says, it must be nice.
Yeah.
Like, tell him I say hi.
It is.
I love that interview. That little
he does really funny interviews. I love it.
I was like, yeah, but it was funny because I don't know when that was, because he's been in, that was probably during Tenet.
I think so, yeah.
With her, but I just thought that scene was kind of funny.
Yeah.
When I thought about when I saw that interview and she's never been in one, I was like, I feel like Jennifer Lawrence would fit
perfectly.
I don't know. I can't say perfectly, but in maybe a very specific movie.
I feel like Christopher Nolan is really picky as a director, which is why he reuses a lot of people that he's worked with in the past.
Yeah, he has that trust with them, and then they have that trust in the director. So if you have that trust with these people and you've worked with them so long, why would you want to try to go out of that? And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Keeping to the people that you know are going to do a good job, are going to provide that like excellent like acting and all that stuff, and then you have that the director. You're going to that director because you know he's going to make a good movie. Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, there's nothing really wrong with that.
No, not at all.
So and it's kind of cool because you kind of see like they have a good relationship.
Yeah.
It keeps on
a lot of those
all these similar faces into multiple of his movies.
All those actors who have worked with Christopher Nolan, they all have such respect for him.
Wow, so Anne Hathaway's been like 3 different movies then.
Yeah.
From Christopher Nolan, she's been in Interstellar, that I just found out.
Batman.
Which one was
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
She's Catwoman.
Yeah, she's Catwoman. Yeah, I know that.
And then yep.
Odyssey. Yeah,
and I think this is Matt Damon's third film with him too, because he was in Interstellar, Oppenheimer, and now Odyssey.
He was in Oppenheimer? Oh, wow.
He plays one of the generals, I think.
I totally forgot about that. Dang.
And then Christian Bale's been in 3 Christopher Nolan movies because he's Batman 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
Actually 4, because he plays in The Prestige. I forgot.
Oh, he's in Prestige? Oh.
Yeah, he's one of the magicians.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. I should watch the Prestige.
So I think he's played the most characters in any Christopher Nolan movie. Is 4 movies.
Cillian Murphy. He's been in Oppenheimer.
He's been in that.
Batman Begins.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Dark Knight. He was in Dark Knight for a little bit as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
And then he was in Inception. Or was he Inception?
I don't know.
He was in another Christopher Nolan movie, I remember.
Oppenheimer?
Yeah, that's what I said, Oppenheimer.
I think he's only 3.
And it was funny because he's always been in it, and I think he actually made a comment, and Cillian Murphy was saying, he's like, oh, he has Romo or something like that, like relief of missing out. And he's been in a good amount of movies from Christopher Nolan, so he's like, I get to actually go watch the movie and enjoy it for what it is. I'm not part of the movie, so I don't know what's going on. So he gets to have that surprise and of being at the theater and watching a Christopher Nolan movie that he's not in.
Yeah.
But I want to say he was in another movie. I can't think of which one it was, but I'm pretty sure he was in another movie that we didn't mention in Christopher Nolan.
I'm trying to think.
Let us know down in the comments.
Yeah.
If there's another a movie that Cillian Murphy was in that's a Nolan movie that I didn't mention, because we mentioned 3, but I feel like he was in another one as well.
Quite possibly. I'm trying to blank on that.
Yeah, but yeah, honestly, I'm excited, and then more to talk. Like I said, more to talk about with Spider-Man, and just and then train just keeps on coming because Spider-Man.
And then we finally got the Doomsday trailer.
Oh, you get like what do you call it? Clayface and anything else. Doomsday.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy when you think about it.
I know.
It's coming at the same day as Doom.
Yeah.
It's called Doomsday.
Yeah, Doomsday. Yeah. Gonna go see both.
Thinking about Justin, I was like, we should probably do a back-to-back like feature, like on the same
that's what people are doing.
Go see Doomsday and then Dune at the same time. But I've never seen the first 2 Dunes, so we now have to watch both.
I haven't seen those either, and I
heard they're really good.
Yeah. I got a buddy that swears by those movies. He's like, this is great.
The visuals are just they say it's like super astonishing, and they're just like. Going on to like our Doomsday, because the Doomsday trailer just dropped. Yesterday or a couple days ago.
But man, what are
your thoughts?
Dude, I am so psyched. I'm more excited to see the interaction of characters across this multiverse than anything, because it's just like it's such a huge build up, and I know they only showed us a snippet of some of the characters. I know there's going to be so many more.
Oh, definitely. Didn't you see the whole teaser trailer they did with all the chairs?
Seeing Gambit and Shang-Chi fight, I
thought that scene was pretty cool.
I was like, dude.
But I don't know. For some reason, I watched the trailer. There were some parts that I enjoyed, but honestly, like I didn't feel anything when I saw the trailer. Because I remember when I saw like Infinity War, the trailer for that one, I was like I was so excited.
But it
was exciting. Like, oh my gosh, this is finally happening. So when I saw this one, I was excited, but I didn't have that enjoyment as I did when Infinity War's trailer dropped.
Which you got to remember though, the build up to that was way more than what we have now.
Yeah, that's way better.
That build up for that was just like 10 years of build up.
Yeah.
This kind of just feels like no build up.
Yeah, no build up. Like I'm still excited, but like I was hoping for the trailer to like hit me and be like,
yeah.
And there was a couple scenes I did, like the Gambit versus Shang-Chi. I thought that was a really cool scene. I was like, oh, they're bringing back my boy Channing Tatum for Gambit, which is kind of funny because I saw people, as soon as that trailer dropped, people were already like hating on. It's like, oh, I thought this was just supposed to be a joke for Deadpool and Wolverine, and that's why Channing Tatum was Gambit. And it's like, no, he enjoys the character. He knows a little bit. I don't know how in depth he knows, but apparently he does.
He's been trying to get his own movie for a couple years now.
And he does have like comic book knowledge of the Gambit. So like, when I saw that movie and I saw him in it, I was like excited because I was like, oh, he finally gets to play Gambit. And I didn't think it was just a one-off joke or something like that, but people were apparently hating on it because like, oh, this is supposed to be. I thought this was supposed to be a joke, but the fact that they're keeping him as Gambit, like, I don't know if they can do that. I was like, why not? I think he did great.
It was received so well.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Deadpool
it.
Wolverine. Like,
so honestly, like again, when you say it back to the thing, it's like people just want to find things just to be mad about, just to be mad for some reason.
I was like, last I checked, that movie made like over $1 billion. I think.
I don't think so.
It made
Deadpool and Wolverine.
It's the highest-grossing R-rated movie from what I know.
I think Odyssey has hit that. I think Odyssey is the one that's like, I think it's like top 2 like rated R movie that made like a good amount of money. I don't know. I don't think it made it. I don't think Deadpool and Wolverine made that much money. I know it definitely made.
I think it made a lot actually.
Oh, let's find out right now. We're gonna try this, and if it takes a little too long to find the info, we'll just cut it, and then when we find the answer, we'll come back into the scene. But yeah, I don't think it made $1 billion, honestly.
Deadpool and Wolverine grossed a massive $1.33 billion worldwide.
Really? Holy crap! Wow!
I told
you proved me wrong.
The film shattered multiple records during its theatrical run, notably becoming the highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time.
Wow. Okay, so then Odyssey is just right below. It's just below that because it hasn't made $1 billion, but it's still a high-grossing rated R movie. So wow, I did not know that. Thanks for telling me that.
It was so well received as like
why would you not?
Why would you hate on it?
Why would you not bring back Channing Tatum?
I thought like besides him being really funny, his action sequences are like comic book accurate,
and also too like his accent because people are saying, "Oh, that goofy accent." It's like that's literally how Gambit sounds.
I was like, haven't you seen X-Men from like the '90s cartoon?
Yeah.
Like it's perfect.
Well, I can't say it sounds exactly like that, but it sounds pretty close. The way Gambit sounds, like you would normally hear in like the animated version.
And he's a smartass too in the cartoons. Like that is who he is.
Yeah, and his
that's why he gets along with Deadpool.
His costume design's great. I love it. And
I love how it's just like the comics.
And I love that he's using his staff more because he does. There's one scene where he's like smashing the ground with his staff and it makes a big old crater. Yeah, like that. I thought
like
that
he's
really
more
cool.
than just the cards. Yes.
But yeah, it was just kind of funny seeing. Like I was excited, but again, what took me out of it is just. You see the trailer, and they do like the scene where all the Marvel characters are in the same room, and I was like, "These are all like B-list." No hate, but these are all like B-list people in like B-list heroes in a room. So like in the assignment of like Back to Infinity War, you saw all the big epics all coming together, and here you're kind of like seeing all these projects that. You may have seen or may not have seen coming together, so there's like not that cool moment.
I saw a meme where it was just like somebody should tell Thor that he's got the B-list Avengers. He's been gone for a couple years. He's gonna come back. He's like, "Where's Cap?" He's like, "Where's Iron Man? Where's the Black Panther?" It's so bad.
But I definitely like that we're getting more back to like Thor seriousness. In that whole movie, because
we're done with goofy Thor.
Yeah, goofy Thor. Because I didn't mind him in Ragnarok. It was just like a nice balance of goofy, serious. And then when he got to Love and Thunder, he just became like a big old goofball. And stuff. And
self-loathing.
It's not that it's a bad. I just didn't.
It's not.
I didn't enjoy that as much. But seeing a more serious, it seems like from that trailer, a more serious Thor is just like it's exciting to see. And then it was kind of cool too. You got to see Loki briefly.
Yeah.
And he's like has a TVA. Badge, which is kind of weird because I didn't watch season 2, so I can't really say much. But isn't the TVA not existent anymore after season 2 of Loki?
It's been a while. I need to refresh.
So why is the TVA showing up again? It's like, doesn't that not exist anymore after like
maybe it's like a flashback or something. That's what I'm thinking.
But it's definitely exciting to see like Loki because especially like his power kind of increased from where he used to be to where he is now. Especially with the end of, from what I heard from the end of Loki season 2, he pretty much becomes.
He who shall remain.
Yeah, he becomes like that status.
He's like holding the multiverse together.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So you got it's kind of cool seeing that because you know how we always say this like there's not enough like power scaling.
Yeah.
And I feel like with Loki, it's kind of like he's not the same being he was back in Avengers. I think
it's gonna be really great when him and Thor see each other again.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be so hard.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so tragic for Thor because you know how many times he's seen his brother disappear, die, and then again it's like, oh, actually he's not dead. He's just in another world, and now he's like this cosmic entity.
Yeah,
and it's like, man, Thor's been through enough. So then that's why I can kind of see a little bit more of why he's more goofy and all that stuff in like later movies. or in the, like from what we've seen, because he has been through a lot.
He has no family.
He lost his mom first, which was like the tipping point, and then
And
lost all of Asgard, then lost Loki, his brother, and actually saw him die, and then lost his dad,
killed his sister.
Yeah, and then he lost Jane Foster as well,
right,
and then now he has like the daughter, which is Love. And I really hope that she shows up, because that was the big thing, the takeaway from Love and Thunder.
So she's a cosmic being now too.
Because I'm like, so if I don't see her in this movie, it's gonna be a little weird. Because I'm like, that was the whole build up from Love and Thunder to like he has a daughter now. Her name's Love, and you're not gonna have her in this movie. It's just, it would seem kind of weird. Like, okay, was Love and Thunder even worth? Was there any reason? Was there any reason to have Love and Thunder?
Just to get the hammer back?
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying that the Captain America that we see in that trailer is not the Captain America. That it's the Hydra Cap. This is dressed in all black with the long hair. Somebody was like, "That's not our Captain America."
But it's funny because people are throwing memes at it when he does it's like, how is this possible? And then he gives him the hammer. And I was like, damn, Thor just gave him the two key factor authentication and all that stuff to see if it was really Cap.
But there's
But then how, if he was the Hydra Captain America, how would he be
able to... In the comics, he actually is able to pick up the hammer.
Oh. Well, how is he worthy if he's like evil?
It has nothing to do with being evil or good for the hammer.
It's worthy of
just worthy of being able to wield it. There is no like, whosoever is worthy shall wield the powers of Thor. It doesn't say being good or bad. It just says worthy.
Okay. Damn.
So the Hydra Cap can lift the hammer.
Very interesting.
It would be cool to see that. Well, I don't know if we will or won't though.
It's kind of cool seeing Shuri in her Black Panther suit now.
Oh
too.
yeah,
that was actually pretty cool to see.
I've seen
because that's when we were talking about. Even though I haven't seen Wakanda Forever, that's what I was like, oh, they should have just passed it down to Shuri. And then you're like, oh, they kind of do that in Wakanda, so it's kind of cool that you get to see her shine now. Because I really like Shuri.
I do too.
And I think it was great because also too, she's one of the minds behind Black Panther's old suit.
Yeah,
so,
it's her tech.
Yeah, it's her tech. So if anyone should be wearing the suit, it's her.
I think she'll do good in this one. Hopefully, if they give her the opportunity.
I didn't feel anything when they showed the Fantastic Four showing up. I was like, I don't really care. Like, I didn't mind the Fantastic Four movie. I thought it was still pretty good compared to like other MCU projects. But like, I didn't feel excited seeing the Fantastic Four.
It was cool.
In the room with all of them.
Seeing Namor too, I was like, oh shit! Like they showing us Namor again. Like that's cool.
I thought it was cool because the scene showing Cyclops where he like goes rage and then lets out all the lasers out. I was like, that's cool.
Seeing the Sentinels though.
If anything, I feel like if they have enough X-Men in here, I feel like the X-Men are gonna take away the what do you call it? The light.
I think so.
The limelight from like your normal Marvel.
I hope so.
MCU. And I feel like the X-Men are probably going to stand out a little bit more. Because like when I saw Gambit, I was super excited. When I saw Cyclops, I was super excited. And of course, in the beginning, they showed Charles Xavier. So honestly, I feel like it's going to be a Marvel movie, but I feel like the X-Men are going to steal the limelight.
I was telling my dad, I think we're going to get 2 different sets of X-Men. We're going to get the X-Men from like the original, like 1, 2, and 3, where they're wearing the black suits. And then we're going to get the X-Men that have the colorful suits. So I think that we'll get 2 different sets of X-Men.
Yeah, but I feel like definitely the X-Men are going to stand out a lot more.
Oh, dude, they have to. I really hope they include Archangel. That's my favorite X-Men character.
With the chrome. I hope I get to see Iceman, the old Iceman.
Oh, that would be sick.
Old Iceman back then.
They better bring him back because he was a really good Iceman.
I enjoyed him as Iceman.
He's never been able to escape that role ever since he's left that movie. He's always
he's been in a couple projects, but yeah, I still see him as Iceman.
Nothing big though. Nothing to say like,
he's been in TV shows. He's been in. I enjoy him still. I still enjoy him as.
I liked him in The Boys.
On the shows.
He plays as lamplighter, the opposite of what he was. Thought that was funny.
But yeah, definitely. What else was there? That was cool. I thought it was kind of cool seeing Robert Downey Jr. talking his Doctor Doom voice for the first time. Yeah. That's the voice that's playing in the beginning of the trailer.
A lot of people were hating on that. They're like, "That's not how Doctor Doom sounds." And I'm like, "This is a movie adaptation. Like, who cares?"
His suit looks great. They show him off when I thought that scene was because people were kind of shitting on the scene where Thor and Doom were in there, but it looked. I didn't think the scene looked fine. Like, I didn't think there was anything to complain about.
And he stops with his finger, and I was like, damn. Yeah.
Like, and then I guess some people were even trying to say, it's like, I know Doctor Doom is strong, but there's no way. I thought he was just like a scientist or something like that. Like kind of like trying to make him a very basic thing. And it's like, no, this guy's literally cosmic tier
he
type
has.
of threat. That's why, because they're like, how is he able to just block with his 2 fingers? He's not that strong.
No, he
and
is.
It's like, oh no, he is that strong.
I was like, he was hit with the same cosmic rays as the Fantastic Four. He gets a higher dosage though.
I think it also too comes down to like he doesn't have any crazy superpowers, but he has a high intellect, so he's able to make all these different like things and contraptions to be able to conserve.
He's like Iron Man, yeah.
So he's able. They say that he's a stronger version of Iron Man. He pretty much all his intellect, and then he's able to steal apparently people's powers because of how much he understands how tech works and just how smart he is. He's able to develop something. It's like prep time times. 1,000.
He's one of the very few characters that could wield the Infinity Gauntlet. Too.
So it's like, yes, he is that strong. He can steal people's powers. So
he's
strong.
He could steal the Silver Surfer's board.
He can rip out Thanos's. I think there's like a scene somewhere in
the comics.
Comics where he literally ripped out Thanos's
without the glove. I was like, straight power.
And and they say that he surpasses. He's also supposed to be like entitled to like the Sorcerer Supreme. He's like above Doctor Strange in mystical arts because of how smart he is and how much he dives into like learning every single aspect that he tries to add into his arsenal. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see Doctor Strange. I think it's Doctor Doom. It's just gonna be still a little weird seeing it as Robert Downey Jr. because like Doctor Doom's whole thing is like he's his own like character.
I really hope they just keep the mask on and they take it off once or twice. I'm cool with that. But like, I don't need to see his face.
Because I feel like with the Robert Downey Jr. thing, I could see why people would get upset because it's kind of like changing his whole somewhat of what Doctor Doom is, like people like about it. Because now he's just RDJ, and it's like, how would RDJ be or Tony Stark be like the king of Latveria and all that stuff?
I was listening to somebody talk about that, and they were saying that there is a specific reason why we haven't seen another variant of Iron Man. It's because he is not supposed to be Iron Man. He's a mistake. But he becomes Iron Man because of whatever mistake happened.
Okay.
So they're saying that that's the reason why like we don't ever see like in the multiverse the amount of times we've gone to different universes, why we've never seen another iteration of Iron Man. It's because he's kind of a mistake. So who he really was supposed to be is Doctor Doom, is what they're saying.
I think it still throws me out that already.
It does, obviously, because it's the same actor. Yeah. But
all I could see is that when Spider-Man comes into this Doomsday movie, it's just gonna be emotional damage because he's gonna be like, "This is my teacher."
He's gonna be
my
like,
father, literally, like pretty much like raised him to be his like son. Like
he's gonna be like Mr. Stark.
He's like Mr. Stark, and then he's just gonna be like, "Who the hell's that?" Yeah. My name is Victor Von Doom.
He's like, I don't know.
And I was like, damn, it's like hasn't Spider-Man been through enough, especially in the Tom Holland universe? Like he's been through a good amount of stuff in just 3 movies. Apparently they were saying too with the brand new day. Apparently he's gonna go through more stuff, like more loss and struggle. It's like, damn, this boy cannot catch a break.
Well, apparently, I mean, they were saying that if they do it right, that he's supposed to die in this new Spider-Man movie, and then when he comes back for Secret Wars, he's supposed to have the black symbiote.
Yeah, like the comics.
Because since they're including the Punisher, like there's a comic where like he ends up dying in his arms, and then he ends up becoming like. He ends up getting like the Iron Man armor, and it becomes like the Punisher version.
And supposedly
takes
Tobey Maguire might be showing up as a Spider-Man. I guess he's going to be in the supposedly he might be in the Iron Spider.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Costume instead. Oh, snap!
It should be the red and gold one though.
Yeah, I love that. I love that costume design so much. The Iron Spider.
A lot of people are gonna die in this.
But the only thing is though, because it's a multiverse thing, it's just like I feel like it's not gonna have that much of an impact when you see characters die because it's a multiverse. They are just existing in another world.
No, I understand that. But it's going to matter, though, when they reset the entire timeline and it's just one timeline. And then that's when they're going to reboot the X-Men and start off the new timeline.
Yeah, we'll see. It's definitely going to be interesting. And like I said, I'm still like in the middle with Doomsday. Like I'm still going to see it. Still excited for it. But I'm not having like super high expectations. Be like, this is going to be the best movie ever. But I feel like it's going to still be enjoyable.
I'm with you on that. I'm more excited to see the cameo fest than anything. I just really hope they do a good story. We've gotten really shitty Marvel stories in the past couple years, so they need like.
It's like I really hope that even though we're having cameos, like you said, if we're having cameos, we still have a good story because I would hate that we have all these cameos, but the story just misses or whatever, and it's just gonna be like, what's the point of all these cameos? Like the story doesn't interest me anymore, like all that stuff. So I could be wrong, and it might end up being a really good story. How they tie in everything and the setup for the next set of MCU stuff, and then
I just think that we're in such a bad.
You have cameos and stuff, getting to see all these different faces return.
I just think we're in such a bad place with Marvel because of what happened with Jonathan Majors. I think like that was like the first domino effect in like where we're at now, because like ever since
they were evolving their whole story around his character, so then they kind of at the last minute had to be like, well, now we got to change the story in a different direction because now we have to have another
and
threat.
Then and I think that's why they produced some crappy movies on top of that too. So it's like some of these movies haven't even connected once yet to something. So I'm just like, hey, what's the point then?
Yeah, especially like you said. Well, you said in Endgame they're gonna have like 7 minutes of extra footage that leads into Doomsday. So then again, if that's the case, then again, I feel like all these projects that they released play they could play a role into Doomsday, but they might not, especially because you have 7 minutes of stuff.
I think there's only going to be a handful of movies that are going to be of importance after.
I think the only thing with the movies are going to do for us with Doomsday coming out is just getting to know these characters. Because let's say, like, if Shang-Chi doesn't really connect back, but we still get a glimpse of his character before we get to like Doomsday. So like these movies have more set up to be able to get to know the character, but not necessarily connect to the full story. So even if they end up cutting it and like none of these projects kind of matter too much because they connect that 7 minutes to Doomsday, you're just gonna have these projects just to get like a feel of who these characters are and their origins. It's pretty much just gonna be their origin story, but it plays no factor into like Doomsday. It's just like, hey, now you know who he is, because imagine seeing Shang-Chi in Doomsday, but you had no movie prior to that to know who he is, what kind of person he is.
The only thing that connects that movie to Doomsday is at the end of Shang-Chi, is when that end credit scene where they find something's beeping. I feel like that's just going to be like they're going to go to wherever it is and they're going to somehow meet up with everybody.
So like that's why I kind of appreciate Shang-Chi, because it did have some type of overall overreaching story that could lead back into Doomsday. But like again, all these projects just had no place in setting up Doomsday.
I think there's only a handful of movies that are going to matter, and it's Shang-Chi, the Spider-Man movies,
Eternals maybe.
I feel like we're not even going to touch Eternals because of how bad it was. What are they going to do? Bring back that red Celestial? Like,
yeah, but the thing is, it's still with Eternals setting it up. They still have the Celestial coming out of the Earth.
Yeah, I know.
That big old hand. So,
but I mean, we're talking about the Celestial.
Fantastic Four, of course. It sets up into Doomsday, because pretty much how it ends is literally connects back to Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
And I think Thunderbolts also plays a good role, because
we get
these are your new Avengers.
Yeah. And Thor, even though like it really doesn't connect, but it's still like happening in the universe.
Yeah, and you get to see his journey, like the journey.
Because I know for sure
they bring back Love into this, into Doomsday, then you kind of do need Love and Thunder to exist to be able to introduce why she's there in the first place. So yeah, you have a couple movies, but
all the other stuff around it though don't matter.
Yeah. Like Captain Marvel, the Marvels doesn't really
matter.
Well, it actually does technically kind of set up something, because Adrian Romanoff, which is one of the characters in there, she ends up getting going into a dimension, and she ends up in the X-Men universe where we have the original Beast from the original X-Men movies with like Iceman and all them.
Yeah,
she ends up in that world, and she's like, "Oh, you don't know where you're at." And she's like, "What? Where am I at?" And it's Beast talking to her. So that part little sets up to it, and especially since we know the X-Men are going to be a significant part to that kind of leads into that, because Beast has her there in his universe. So yeah, but yeah, again, like you said, there's not too many projects out there that connect directly into Doomsday.
No, not at all.
But I'm so excited. I'm excited to see it, especially if we end up doing the back-to-back, seeing Dune and Doomsday. It's gonna be a long ass day. You know what? Honestly, with how much money how big the Odyssey success was, I feel like Doomsday and Dune coming out the same day, that's just gonna
bump up the numbers.
That's gonna just bump up the numbers for how much money the movie theater makes, because you have two big movies, and apparently people really like the Dune series. Like, it looks visually good, the story's pretty good, and just acting and all that stuff. I haven't seen them, so I can't really say, but people are excited for Dune 3. So, and I think it's the final one too. I think it's the last one.
Yeah, I think they're not series, after this. That's it. Yeah.
So yeah, so seeing back-to-back movies. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a long day because I think the Doomsday is like almost
3
no,
hours.
I think it's like 2.5 hours.
Something like that. 2
Somewhere
hours
around there.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And I think Doom is probably like around there too. So
I'm expected to be there for 6.5 hours.
Yeah, expect to be there for a long time. Well, also too, how close you get the showings.
Yeah.
Because you could get one in the morning to see Doomsday, and then you might not get a showing until like late at night for Dune or something.
I would want to see him like back.
Yeah, back to back. Because I don't want to leave the theater and come back later.
Yeah.
I want to just stay at the theater.
Or I mean, at least,
yeah, it's gonna be funny because I feel like it's gonna happen. People are just gonna be coming out theater like, "Thank you for coming to the theater." All the people that are working there, you just see them come back in. I'm here for
he can't do that. Here's my ticket.
I'm back for Doomsday, or I'm back for Dune. It's gonna be funny. So yeah, I feel like honestly, the people that work at the movie theaters have been putting in a lot of work for how much success a lot of big movies that have been coming out.
Oh heck yeah!
And we still have movies coming out to the end of the year. So especially Doom and Doomsday, that's gonna keep everyone busy over there at work.
Yeah, and I'm still excited for Spider-Man, Resident Evil,
and apparently Spider-Man leads possibly directly into Doomsday.
That's what they said.
So I'm excited to kind of see how it ends then, if it leads directly into Doomsday. And like I said, I'm still in the middle about Spider-Man, but of course we're gonna see it. We get to see it slightly earlier, which is kind of cool because apparently we're gonna be doing apparently they're gonna have like a Q&A. So I don't know who we're gonna see. That'd be cool if I saw Tom Holland and Zendaya. I would be able to die a happy person, being able to see them, even if I don't meet them. Like being able to just see them.
Sign my underwear.
Because I think they're just phenomenal. Cool. I just think they're like cute together. They're not like they don't have like in their relationship. They kind of like keep it very under wraps. They're not like in the light so much. I feel like they're like, hey, look at us, we're together.
I feel like they have like the right amount of space. For their relationship, and then like behind closed doors, they are.
And I love how much respect they have for both of each other. Like when Zendaya had her big old moment or something like that, and Tom Holland's like, I'm not gonna go to it, or I'm gonna stand aside because this is her moment. And I was like, damn, Tom Holland, dude. Like this guy's too good. This guy's too good to be true, bro. Because like he just seems like a very sweet like person, honestly.
During an interview they were doing for the Odyssey, I think the lady asked Tom. She was like, like he's like, I got the news first that Zendaya was gonna play Athena's character, or whatever. And the day that I found out I was gonna play a certain role, I took the script home and she read it with me. And then the following day, he told Christopher Nolan, yes, I want to. And then Christopher Nolan asked him, he's like, hey, would it be okay if I was to give your wife Zendaya the role of Athena? And he was like, that's great. He's like, only if I could tell her though. So he ends up coming. He ends up coming back home and with an extra script, and then he's like, oh, you should probably read up on this role. And she was like, why? He's like, we got the part.
Damn.
I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
What a G man. What a genuine good guy. And just like, he just has so much respect for her, and just like he knows like they're very like in the light, but like he still tries to have, if it's her moment, he tries to make it sure that's all about her. And then I feel like she does the same thing for him when it's supposed to be his moment. She's like, hey, I'm gonna sit in the back seat. This is your moment. So it's just like, it's so cool. I'm just like, damn. I hope they never break up, because
they'll be the first Spider-Man
couple the Hollywood couple feeling alive, that they've been able to generally be happy with each other.
They would be able to
have respect.
They would be the first Spider-Man couple to make it.
Yeah,
because all the other ones did not.
Yeah. So honestly, shout out to both of you guys. You guys are awesome, and I think you guys are great together. It's just
don't change anything.
Yeah, do not change. You guys are good. They're great. So yeah, and it's just I feel like both of them have just been putting in so much work lately with all the movies that they've been getting, and just their big roles.
Oh yeah, dude.
But it's pretty much our thoughts. Not too much more to go off of Doomsday until we go see it on that day. We're definitely excited to go see the Endgame one.
Oh heck yeah!
I'm excited to see what kind of 7 minutes they add to that movie.
It better be a good 7 minutes.
And and apparently, I guess a brief thing too for Doomsday. I think they're introducing a new way to watch the movie. It's called like Infinity Vision. I don't know what the hell that entails, but apparently it's Disney's new like thing to be able to like see like, I guess, Marvel projects. So it's like kind of like a 70mm type of thing, or like those like it's like it's a certain format that they have specifically designed for the MCU movies. And I think they're introducing their Infinity Vision with Endgame or Doomsday. I don't know which one it is, but apparently that's a new way to watch the movie. So I don't know what that entails because I don't think they've given any details of what to experience with this Infinity Vision, but apparently it's going to be a different way you see the movie.
Interesting.
So that's going to be interesting. If it looks cool and makes the movie feel stand out, then you know what, sign me up for Infinity Vision. So we'll see when we get to December because it's not till December. We still have, wow, it's going to be a great Christmas.
I know, right?
Like I said, yeah, just so much good things coming out that came out this year, and then just in the movie section and in like the video game section. There's so many big video games coming out this year. So many movies that came out this year. It's just I just feel it feels great to be able to have both mediums and have both have exciting things to look out for.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, of course, like there'll probably be more things revealed over time. But like San Diego Comic-Con happened this week, so
that's right.
They're probably announcing a bunch of new stuff.
Of course,
I think they released a newer trailer for like Wolverine, the game. So I don't know. There's probably gonna be more stuff. So definitely, as soon as we get all that new stuff, we'll have that in our next podcast to talk about what was announced at Comic-Con and how we feel about it. I've never been to a Comic-Con. You've been to one, haven't you?
Been one.
Wasn't it a horrible experience?
No, not really. I had fun.
Was it? Because I feel like something happened. Something happened. I mean, I feel like. Did you go with David and them?
I did.
Because I feel like there was something. I feel like there was like drama or something like that.
There was. Somebody wasn't supposed to be there that just showed up randomly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it wasn't like a bad experience. It just there was drama. I remember it.
It wasn't.
I remember you telling me that.
I didn't even care, honestly. But there was one person in particular that cared way too much about it. And you know who it is.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So it wasn't. So it wasn't. It didn't take away from the experience, but it was
not from my experience.
Oh, but it was still. There was still drama.
It put a damper on somebody's day, and that person ruined everybody's day because of it.
Okay. Well, I still haven't gone to a Comic-Con. Maybe we'll have a drama-free Comic-Con one day.
I would love to go again. Yeah, it's fun. I will say.
I just want to go for the Funko Pops. Did you see that? Sorry, but with the Funko Pops, they announced absolute.
Really?
Funko Pops.
I'm
the Wonder Woman, the Batman Funko Pop, and who was the other one? What was the other one? Oh my goodness, what was the third one? There was a third Funko Pop.
Superman?
Oh yeah, Superman.
I was like,
the Superman one looks so cool.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because I was like, oh, I want to get these. And it's like exclusive. The Comic-Con was like, man.
Those are gonna resell for a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I like Absolute Superman just because his cape is like a red aura. It's not like a physical cape. I'm like, that's badass. Like I've never seen that before.
But yeah,
I would love to go again. I will say, like, I know people go for multiple days. You only need to go one day.
Yeah.
I know
some of the important day.
Yeah.
Because they always say like Friday and Saturday are usually the good days, but then Sunday's kind of like a hit and miss.
Sundays, it's kind of like the last day. Everybody's had their fill, and it's like, you know, it's packed. It gets packed. If you don't like being next to people that's crowded and it gets kind of hot, then it's not your thing. I would say don't go. But if you don't mind that, you can get past it. Once you get in there and start walking around all the booths, it's fine. It's like walking in a giant Frankenstein's, basically. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but you get the cool stuff. You get exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
You get to pay. You get to pay for retail.
I was gonna say that's the benefit of going there is you get all the stuff that won't be sold anywhere else.
Yeah, or it will be sold, but for double the price online.
Well, of course, that's why people buy multiple copies of whatever they have there, and then they take it home and resell it, and they pay for their ticket basically.
Yeah, you know what? Pretty much. That's how people keep on going to That's how people keep on going to Comic-Con every year.
I will say though, sometimes it's hard to get tickets to go there because like when you do it, you get put in a pool. So it's like one of those things. Like when the thing opens up, it's a lottery. It's a fucking lottery. So like if you don't have the money to buy your tickets right then and there, and it's like you're out of the pool.
Damn.
So.
Yeah, and then also too, of course, if you're trying to stay in San Diego.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That week, Airbnbs go up.
Well, good thing we only live 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours away from it. We could just come home the same day if we really wanted to.
I think we could even take the train, honestly.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't have to worry about.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day we'll see us. We'll go to a Comic-Con. And if they let us record, we'll record a couple little things for like our podcast.
Everybody films there.
Yeah, do our podcast would be kind of cool. Doing a podcast at Comic-Con, that would definitely be a dream. Actually, being able to do a podcast at San Diego Comic-Con.
We could definitely do that.
Yeah, but one day we'll make our way over there. Especially if we have like a lot more Marvel coming in the next couple of years, especially if they reboot it and stuff. There's just gonna be more things to look forward to when Comic-Con hits next year.
Oh yeah.
Or the years after that. So yeah. definitely a dream of ours. One day we'll make it to Comic-Con.
We will.
To give you that content of being at a Comic-Con, especially if you're the people that haven't been able to
Honestly,
enjoy it or been able to go. You can live through our eyes if we ever make it to a Comic-Con.
It's funny. I always forget that John lives out there, so we could always stay there
I
for
totally
the day.
forget. I always forget John lives over there.
I'm sure John would love to go.
He lives in that
La Jolla.
Yeah, okay.
He lives in La Jolla, which is
not
far.
And I feel like that's one out of our friend group that hasn't like changed or like
John
wouldn't welcome us or something like that. Like if we literally called them right now, and it's like we're going to Silent Comic-Con, can we stay over? I feel like John would be like,
and I have an extra ticket for you.
Yeah, I have an extra ticket for you. John would probably be like, okay, you know what? Come on. Like I don't think we have any like bad. We haven't never.
John's a genuine.
We never
person.
went on bad terms with John, which is awesome. So
no.
If you ever watching this podcast, John, we appreciate you. I haven't seen you in years. I think the last time I saw you was when we went to Alex's house.
It was before he moved to Boston.
Yeah, when we went to Alex's house.
Going away party.
Ryan and all of them were there before Brian.
Yeah.
Before Brian, everything happened. It turned into a very interesting person.
I still love Brian.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I feel like we covered a lot of stuff with Odyssey, and even with just a little bit of the Doomsday that we talked a little bit, and then Comic-Con, and yeah, I think that's a good way to slowly end it. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Feel free to let us know down in the comments what your rating is on Odyssey. And we were saying earlier, if you found a movie that's like a 10 to you, let us know down in the comments as well to see if maybe we'll watch it and be like, oh, hey, okay, this is a 10. Because like we said, we've never seen a movie that we could consider a 10. Yeah. So it would be very interesting to see what a 10 looks like to some other people. So yeah, I think that's it. Any last minute thoughts before we call it for today?
No, not really, other than just get out there and go to the movies, man. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
Definitely. I'm just going to keep on going. And yeah, we're on episode 19. We're literally, when we do it next week, it's going to be episode 20.
Hit that dub.
It's been a long time coming for 20 episodes, to get to 20 episodes, because it's just been hot. So like sometimes I feel like when it's hot, I feel like I don't want to do as much stuff.
Yeah, no.
So that's why we've been like, for me personally, I feel like I've been lacking on because we haven't had a podcast for 2 weeks. Because it was just hot, and I was just like, I just want to relax and try to stay cool and be able to drink.
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of okay with when you told me you weren't coming. I was like, okay, cool, because it's really hot.
Yeah, so hopefully it gets cooler soon. I don't think so. I think we're gonna have this summer till freaking November.
I hope not, dude.
I hope not. I hope we actually get to have a cold weather, because again, last year, like even when it got cold, it was only cold for maybe like a month or so, and then it went back to being like warm and hot, and it's just like we didn't even get to enjoy winter, honestly.
Global warming.
I know, right? Smog, LA.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
But yeah, it's pretty much us. We'll be excited for next week, because we'll probably be talking about some Comic-Con stuff as more stuff come out. Because today's only the first day, so we'll probably hear more stuff tomorrow.
Usually, like it's not till the second weekend does everything kind of come out to the public.
Yeah, so maybe we get some new trailers.
True.
And we have even more movies to talk about, or movies to look forward to.
I'm hoping
that's exciting. That's why I'm always excited for Comic-Con. Even if I'm not going, I like to know the announcements that come out, like maybe a week or so after.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because it's definitely exciting. But yeah, that's pretty much us. And yeah, we'll catch you in the episode 20. Maybe we'll finally do our giveaway. We don't have it here. Maybe we'll finally do the giveaway, but we'll see. I think we might still just hold on to it. But yeah, as always, our links will be up here in case you want to follow us. I did stream like
I saw
a day ago or something like that. But my internet hates me, because the internet's fine. I think it was green for most of it, and then when I wanted to continue going after an hour, it started dipping back and forth. And I was like, this isn't fun to me, because then I know it's laggy for the people if there's people watching it, or if you watch it later, like on the VOD or whatever, it's like gonna look all weird. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just like unfortunate, because it's like I want to stream, but I feel like my internet doesn't like me to stream. Because when I play online, like normally, I'll stream it, no problem. But then as soon as I start streaming, it's like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get the new internet. Maybe with that thing you sent me, the new updated Starlink.
Oh yeah.
Because I think they're doing a newer model or something like that. It's like more smaller.
It's like a third iteration of it or something like that.
Yeah. So hey, maybe it's time to upgrade to a Starlink, so I don't have to worry about having crappy internet. Because like you said, your brothers use the Starlink, and they said all of them are on it, and no lag, right?
They're all playing games or streaming, and then my parents are watching TV streaming. So it's like,
hey, maybe
they've had no issues.
Maybe if you want Elon sponsor us
Daddy
with a
Elon.
Starlink, Daddy Elon, want to give us a Starlink so we can use and be able to talk about how good it is, or upgrade my internet. We're more than welcome. If not, maybe eventually I'll end up getting it because I'm just tired of my slow ass internet. So
yeah, Spectrum.
No, AT&T.
Okay.
All right. AT&T Uverse or whatever it's called. So whatever. So yeah. Oh well, but yeah, that's us for today. We'll catch you on episode 20, and stay silent, stay lethal. And
See you
we'll
on the next one.